The following broadcast is the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network, presented by Planners First, C.W. Williams Homes, Com South, David Reagan Ford, Brandon Outfitters, Sonic, Trey Moody Law Firm, Hamby Automotive, Larry Walker Insurance, Spillers Orthodontics, and proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics, Bill and Laura Amos. Now it's time for the MidGASports.net pregame show, brought to you by Brandon Outfitters. Here are your hosts, Kenny Kofer and Brett Taylor.
And we're back here as it's a quick injury timeout. Players up and off the field. Sorry to cut that commercial short. And the handoff goes right up the gut. Josh Jenkins is fired out of a cannon. And there goes Josh. And he is going to score. Touchdown, Westfield. And there's a football laying at the 4-yard line. I don't know what happened with that. I think it came from the little kid game over on the far side. I thought, did Josh just drop it at the 4-yard line? But that was an 82-yard touchdown run for Josh Jenkins. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the first round of the GISA AAA state playoffs right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. I'm Kenny Kofer, alongside me, Brett Taylor, bringing the action live to you here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. We got Tim Thompson upstairs on the camera. The A-team is all here, and we're ready for some football, Brett. First round of the playoffs here is the number one out of Region 4. Westfield takes on the number 4 seed, Dominion Christian Knights. And Dominion Christian coming in at 7-3. They're a good football team, obviously, and Westfield's been firing on all cylinders so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Westfield's done a great job so far in the season since they lost to Deerfield Windsor and had a huge road victory up at John Millage about 3 weeks ago, and it clinched the region championship for them out of Region 4 AAA. And Westfield has pretty much done what they wanted to on the field since that day. And I tell you what, it has been very impressive and really been clicking on all cylinders. They put together their first complete game, we would say, against John Millage, and then they've just been clicking on all cylinders ever since. This Dominion Christian team has come in. We saw them come in out of for warm-ups, and they look very impressive down there. I think one of the things that they might have to overcome here tonight is the fact is the pure numbers game for them. They've got, I believe, 25 or 26 players on the roster, and Westfield, probably has over 50 or 60. So, the numbers game might catch up with Dominion Christian here tonight. You got to think that Westfield is the favorite, but it should be a good ball game to open up the state championship playoffs here in AAA for GISA. And we'll go ahead and take a look at actually Westfield's side of the bracket. You'll look on your screen here. We have Westfield's side of the bracket, and Westfield, as you can see, is up top in the number 1 seed out of Region 4, playing the number 4 seed, Dominion Christian, out of Region 1. And the game you want to try to keep notice of here tonight is going to be the number 2 ranked Brookwood, I believe they are the Warriors, out of Region 3, and the number 3 Trinity Christian Dublin team out of Region 2. That will be who Westfield would face if Westfield wins here tonight. And so that's a good look right there at Westfield's side of the bracket. And then if Westfield can get out of that, Kenny, out of that side of the bracket, excuse me, I clicked on Westfield's side again. We'll go and look at Westfield's crossover, and they would play one of 4 teams. Heritage and Gatewood play here tonight. Heritage is the number 1 seed on that side of the bracket, and Gatewood is the number 4 out of Region 4. And then Bullock Academy and Deerfield Windsor play each other tonight. You would think that Deerfield Windsor has a good chance of coming out of that bracket, and then would come here to the Hornets' Nest if Westfield is able to win the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. So that's a quick look at how the brackets stack up. So just pay attention to some of those games out there, especially the Bullock Deerfield game here tonight, the Heritage Gatewood game, and then the Brookwood and Trinity Christian out of Dublin. And obviously this game here tonight is going to be very important game.
Yeah, this should be a great one. We're looking forward to seeing how Westfield plays here in the first step to back-to-back state championships. So why don't we go ahead and take a quick break and be back with you with starters and much more right after this. This is the Westfield Game of the Week right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Billy Mendel, Jim 5.
Remember those old Western movies? You could always tell the good guys by their white hats. Well, today the styles have changed, but the hat's still white. At David Reagan Ford and Perry, we focus on being good citizens and good neighbors with straightforward deals, a firm handshake, and no hassle negotiating. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford just off I-75, exit 136 in Paris. David Reagan Ford.
You know what? We're the guys in the white hat.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back in here to the Brandon Outfitters pregame show on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Westfield playing host to the Dominion Christian Knights in the first round of the GISA AAA state playoffs. And Westfield comes in at 9-1, the number 1 seed out of Region 4. And Dominion Christian comes in with a 7-3 record, kind of run through their schedule so far this season. They opened the season against Kings Academy. They won that one 35-18. Then they faced the Georgia Force. I don't think I've ever heard of that. It used to be the old Arena Football League team. I don't think they're playing them. But they won that one 44-21. Then went on to win 31-0 over Dawson Street Christian. And then they beat Bethlehem Christian Academy 52-9, and that started them off obviously with a great record 4-0 after the first couple games. And then after that, they suffered their first loss against Morganville Christian Academy in their first region game, defeated the Young Americans 37-7, and then lost to Trinity Christian of Sharpsburg, who Westfield handled pretty easily up in Sharpsburg. And Dominion lost that game 21-14 before going off to Griffin Christian, winning 56-0. And then they were defeated by the number 1 seed out of their region, Heritage, 65-21. And then they closed the season last week, in which was a win and get in. So really, this is their second round of playoffs for all intents and purposes. They want to win or go home game last week against Holy Spirit Prep, 41-8. So
yeah, that's one of those things when you get late in the season, like you said. Actually, the playoffs extend further into the regular season for some teams, just trying to make it into the dance, so to speak, and that's what Dominion Christian, the Knights, were able to do last week by beating Loganville Christian. And so they've kind of got that mentality of win or go home. So that's one thing that I will say that they have over Westfield coming into this ball game is the fact that they, have a sense of urgency, so to speak, into tonight's game. And it should be interesting to see what happens in this game.
And why don't we go ahead and take a look at maybe the starting lineups, if we can, brought to you by Stiller's Orthodontics, where great smiles begin. So why don't we go ahead and take a look first, Brett, at the starters on offense for the visiting team, Dominion Christian, and the defensive starters for Westfield. I can run through that real quick. On offense for Dominion Christian, at left tackle, number 79, Sawyer Bailey. At left guard is number 54, Andrew Giles. The center is number 44, Tyler Enslin. And the right guard is number 63, Arl Johnson. And the right tackle is Jordan Ayer. At tight end, is number 27, Caleb Portney. Quarterback is number 3, A.J. Wilson. The fullback is number 56, Levi Llewellyn. The tailback is number 24, Darius Brown. And the slot back is number 28, Dorian Jenkins. So other wide receiver will be number 5, Dave Carr. And on defense for Westfield, they'll line up like this. Their traditional 4-4 alignment at the defensive end position will be number 34, Corey Holiday, as well as number 43, Matthew Moore. Big guys in the middle have been playing very well this year. Number 74, John Walker Moore, and number 76, Walker Davison. The linebackers, that outside linebackers are Gavin Edmondson, number 8, and number 51, Connor Coffin. And on the inside will be number 24, Wade Walker, and number 44, Ben Murphy. Two cornerbacks are Reagan Waller and Tucker Moody, and the safety is Giles Amos. And Brett will have the starters on the other side of the ball for Dominion Christian and for Westfield.
For Westfield on offensive at left tackle, number 77, Dill Amrit. Left guard, number 34, Corey Holiday. At center, the big man in the middle, number 78, Cameron Washington. At right guard, number 51, Connor Coffin. Right tackle, number 17, Austin Doyle. At tight end, big play man, Cam Forster, number 40. At the two wingbacks, number 10, Robert Myatt, and number 11, Tanner Westbrook. At fullback, number 21, Josh Jenkins. Quarterback, number 15, Ryan Fitzpatrick. And at wide receiver, number 12, Giles Amos. And on defense for the Knights, they will come out like this. At defensive end, number 63, Arliss Johnson. Number 54 at defensive tackle, Andrew Giles. At nose guard, number 56, Levi Llewellyn. At defensive tackle, number 77, Jordan Hare. At defensive end, number 27, Caleb Courtney. At outside linebacker, number 1, Cody Levine. At middle linebacker, number 44, Tyler Imsan. At outside linebacker, number 33, James Grossi. And the two cornerbacks are number 24, Darius Brown, and number 3, A.J. Wilson. And safety, number 5, Dave Carr.
So those are your starting lineups brought to you by Stillers Orthodontics, where great smiles begin. And, Brett, I don't know if you've got time to look at the keys to the game.
Yeah, we're going to get those up here.
We'll go ahead and do that in just a moment. Brought to you by Handy Automotive. As I said, Westfield playing host here tonight to the Dominion Christian Knights. And here are our keys to the game brought to you by Handy Automotive.
So, as we talked about this game, Kenny and I thought that the line play is going to be key for Westfield. They can dominate the lines, and with the short roster that Dominion Christian has, they can really run the football well, wear down both of those lines from Dominion Christian. That can be key. Always need to win the turnover margin, and that is another key to victory. Big play special teams has been a huge part of this season for Westfield, and they need to continue that here tonight. And then also passing game success. They've had last 3 or 4 weeks, they have been very successful in the passing game. So hopefully Westfield can continue that trend here tonight, as they have done a great job so far in the last couple games, as I said, of being very good in the passing game.
Yeah, Westfield has really done a good job of kind of spreading it around a little bit over the past couple of weeks. You know, the ground game is always going to be strong, but then you're able to mix that up with the offense in the air as well. And Westfield is obviously going to be the heavy favorite in this game, but you know, the game is won on the field and not in the rankings, and all that is thrown out the window. It's win or go home here for Westfield. We're getting a tight shot over there on the cheerleaders. They line up, get their picture taken, as they're almost set, as I see the players starting to file out. And we're moments away from kickoff, about 5 minutes away from Westfield taking on Dominion Christian here in this round one.
And Kenny, one of the things that I was going to say that I'm very interested to see is the mentality that Westfield comes out with here tonight, whether or not they come out firing on all cylinders to start out, or if it takes them a few series to kind of get themselves into the game. I'm sure Coach Jones wants to see them play fast, play hard, and get a lead and see if they can't get out in front. And you hate to say this, but kind of kill the will of the Dominion Christian Knights, because you don't want to leave a team that is 7-3 and obviously the underdog, but has had success in winning this season around in a ball game that you should win, because the longer they stay around, the more confidence they gain, and the more the more they believe. And if that happens, it's a dangerous combination. We saw it last year when Southland went up to Tatnall, who everybody kind of thought was the power in the state, and them in Stratford, and Southland in the first round of playoffs last year barely sneak into the playoffs, and they go up there and pull a big upset. So it can happen against a 1 and 4 seed. You see it in March Madness every year. And it'll be interesting to see what Westfield can do here tonight. Hopefully, they come out here ready to play.
As the captains begin to make their way to midfield for the Westfield Hornets, the captains will be number 34, Corey Holiday, number 10, Robert Myatt, number 35, John Ellen Snellgrove, and number 77, Deal Amrit. Across the way that way. It's going to be a tough night for us with the numbers. It is a very hard jersey to make out on the far side. Like the color scheme of the night, but they got the baby blue numbers on that white jersey. It makes it a little tough. But their captains are number 54, Andrew Giles, number 56, Levi Llewellyn, and number 28, Dorian Jenkins. And it looks like number 3 on that side, and that is quarterback A.J. Wilson. And Westfield will be decked out in their home green tops with gold bottoms and gold trim on the shoulders with the traditional green Westfield helmet and the W on the side. Dominion Christian, as I mentioned, with the white jerseys, baby blue numbers, and baby blue trim, along with the dark blue pants, dark blue helmets. And we're almost set for kick. So, Brett, why don't we go ahead and take a timeout to conclude this pregame show that's brought to you by Brandon Outfitters, and be back with football right after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Spiller's Orthodontics is where great smiles begin. Whether you are an adult or a teen, they can make you smile. Dr. Don Spillers uses state-of-the-art technology and proven orthodontic techniques to provide his patients with the quality care they deserve. He offers Invisalign, Invisalign Teen, clear, and metal braces. No referral is needed, so call 478-953-2700 to schedule your complimentary evaluation and see why your friends love visiting his office.
Go free times 3 this summer with ComSouth. Upgrade to any gold or higher value package and get the first month free, get free activation, and ComSouth will make the installation free too. Plus, as an added bonus, upgrade to high def and receive HD TV, you guessed it, free for 3 months. That's a whole lot of free for great telephone, wireless, state-of-the-art cable TV, and high-speed digital internet. Visit ComSouth.net for more details, or stop by any of our convenient locations in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley.
Remember those old Western movies? You could always tell the good guys by their white hats. Well, today the styles have changed, but the hat's still white. At David Reagan Ford and Perry, we focus on being good citizens and good neighbors with straightforward deals, a firm handshake, and no hassle negotiating. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford just off I-75, exit 136 in Perry. David Reagan Ford.
You know what? We're the guys in the white hat.
The following is a presentation of high school football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. It all begins tonight as the Westfield Hornets play host to the Dominion Christian Knights, round 1 of the GISA AAA state playoffs. Is tonight the beginning of another magical playoff run for the Hornets as they look to repeat, or will it be the Knights who begin a run of their own? It's win or go home. It's the Hornets versus the Knights, and it's all coming up next.
And welcome into the Middle Georgia Sports Network Game of the Week right here on midgasports.net. I'm Kenny Cofer, alongside me, Brett Taylor, bringing the action live here as Westfield is playing host to the Dominion Christian Knights in the round 1 of the GISA AAA state playoffs. Westfield coming in, the defending state champions, taking on the underdog Dominion Christian Knights, who come in as the number 4 seed out of their region. Westfield won the toss. They deferred to the second half. So we will see the Dominion Christian Knights on offense first, and that powerful Westfield defense will be out there first for Westfield. So looking forward to that as we will get started here momentarily as the fans are starting to file their way off the field as they welcome their Hornets into the game. Dominion Christian obviously has the disadvantage of the numbers for sure, with 25 players on their roster. Westfield is almost over 50, so the depth will definitely be in the favor of the Westfield Hornets.
Yeah, one would think the depth is going to be a big key factor in this game, and Westfield obviously has the advantage there. And let's see what can happen. It's almost time for football here in the Hornets' Nest, Marvin Arrington Stadium, in Westfield, number 1 seed out of Region 4, facing the number 4 seed out of Region 1.
And let's see if we can have an odd reoccurrence of last week. You know, last week the opening kickoff was a safety. Augusta pressed the ball in the 2, retreated in the end zone, and took a knee. One of the oddest starts to a game I've ever seen or heard of. But we just want some good, clean football here tonight. Robert Myatt is ready to kick it away for Westfield. High end over end kick will be taken by number 28, Dorian Jenkins, at his own 4-yard line. He pitches in a little reverse now here to the near side. And he is going to be swallowed up as Giles Amos was having none of that. A.J. Wilson had nowhere to go. They're going to mark his forward progress out of bounds the 6-yard line. So Westfield ready for the trickeration there and holding tough. And now they start Dominion Christian deep in their own territory.
Yeah, great job by Westfield special teams. And I believe Coach Craig coaches them up, and he does an excellent job of making sure that his team stays in their lanes coming down on the kickoff. And if you stay in your lanes, no matter what the special trick play that's called is, there should be somebody in that area to make a play.
You know, Coach Javier Jenkins from Dominion Christian knew he was going to have to try something unique. Here in shotgun formation as they give it off to the fullback this time across the right side. Still driving his legs and pushed ahead. They're going to blow the whistle there as he crosses out to about the 13-yard line. And Wade Walker in there on the tackle along with Ben Murphy. That was Llewellyn on the carry that time.
Yeah, shows the leg strength, fighting upfield, and had multiple Hornets on top of him, and he just kept turning the legs and ate up about 7 yards.
And we know Llewellyn's got good bloodlines because his brother plays at Georgia Southern, so good man. And now quarterback A.J. Wilson will take it, and he'll keep it himself across the far right side, and he's not going to fake out Connor Coffin, as Coffin's going to wrap him up for a loss. Back inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, and that is a loss of 4 yards on the carry.
Just a great job of the Westfield defense on that far side, stringing the play out and preventing A.J. Wilson from getting outside on the fake dive play. And right now, it looks like that the Dominion Christian Knights are in a little stacked shotgun formation, little offset pistol, and just not much success right there on the fake dive outside run by the quarterback.
Tell you what, the Wallens, one big fullback back there. Wilson's going to take a snap, looking to pass. He's going to throw here near side, and he throws complete to number 28 that time, Dorian Jenkins, and he's out of bounds with a first down out to the 18-yard line. I tell you what, the rest of this day, holding penalty there as Wade Walker was coming around right up the gut, and he got held from behind with no flag.
Yeah, great pass though on here on the outside, and a good catch by Darius Brown and Dorian Jenkins, and the Dominion Christian Knights moved the chains with a nice pickup on the play.
They had the ball deep in their own territory at the 6 to start. They get out after a couple plays. First and 10 at their own 18-yard line. Here on the near hash mark, moving right to left. 10:20 to go in this first quarter. Handoff. Goes to fullback Llewellyn again. Off the right side. Not much there. No gain on the play. And the tackle was made for Westfield by Matthew Moore and Walker Davison.
Great job right there by the Westfield defense. That interior of the defensive line just is very stout so far in this game, and it's going to be tough sledding up the middle, I believe, for the Dominion Christian Knights. They're going to have to try to find some misdirection, something to the outside, some kind of counter to throw off this Hornet defense.
Two wide receivers spread out here to the left side of Wilson. He's in the pistol formation. Guy receiver lined up in the slot as well to his right. Looking to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket. Dumps it off to his running back now. Tries to cut up the middle of the field. He's going to hit hard and brought down. That's Matthew Moore and Ben Murphy there on the tackle. Westfield was all over that. They dumped it off to the running back that time, Darius Brown, and maybe a yard on the reception.
Yeah, just a swing pass to the running back. It looked like a sprint out here to the near side, and the running back came to the same side as the quarterback. Nowhere to go with the football down the field, and he just dumps it off to his running back. And the running back had nowhere to go as the linebacker covered in out in the flats and does a great job of keeping him from gaining but a 1 yard.
They put a man in motion to the far side of the field. They're rolling the quarterback that way. He's being trailed from behind. He's going to be stacked, and he's going to fumble, and it's going to be picked up and scored for the touchdown.
Connor
Coffin picks up the fumble and gets in for the score after the sack fumble strip by Josh Jenkins. What a start for the Westfield defense. They scored points again before the Westfield offense has even stepped foot on the field.
Yeah, just a great job right there. A loss of 6 on the play and a fumble, and then it goes for a defensive touchdown for Westfield, and that's Connor Coffin. And what, that is an excellent job, excellent way to start if you're Westfield, getting a defensive touchdown here early in this game.
So on for the extra point will be Griffin Elmore. The hold will be Tanner Westbrook. Hold the kick up, and looks good, and it is good. So with 8:49 to go here in this first quarter, your score, Westfield 7, Dominion Christian 0. We'll take a quick break to listen to Westfield football, the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Remember those old Western movies? You could always tell the good guys by their white hats. Well, today the styles have changed, but the hat's still white. At David Reagan Ford and Perry, we focus on being good citizens and good neighbors with straightforward deals, a firm handshake, and no hassle negotiating. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford just off I-75, exit 136 in Paris. David Reagan Ford.
You know what? We're the guys in the white hat.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School.
And welcome back in. Sorry to cut that commercial short. Kickoff is taken by number 3. Number 3 that time, and that is A.J. Wilson. He gets it out to the 25-yard line, and that is where Dominion Christian will start their second drive. Here, trailing 7-0 to Westfield with 8:42 to go in the first quarter, and it was already a touchdown before Westfield's offense had even taken the field so far, Brett.
Yeah, 8-yard touchdown run. I said 13. It was fumbled at the 13, so a minus 6 yards on the carry right there. A.J. Wilson has negative 10 yards on the night rushing on 2 attempts, so not looking good for the quarterback from Dominion Christian.
The lineup in the pistol formation put a man in motion here to the near side, and that is Dorian Jenkins. Now he's going to look and pitch off, and he's trying to look to the near side, nowhere to go. First man on the scene was number 43, Matthew Moore, as they gave it off to running back that time, Darius Brown.
Darius Brown picks up a yard, but yet again, another great job by the Hornet defense stringing that play out and keeping inside leverage with that inside shoulder and forcing the play back to the inside. He had nowhere to go. Darius Brown tackled for a 1-yard gain, and Westfield puts Dominion Christian in a long down and distance, second down and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
Pistol again puts a man in motion to the far side, and that's Jenkins. He's going to give it off, fake to the fullback, keeping himself, looking to pass, got a man open, and it's tipped away at the last moment by Giles Amos. Good thing he was there, because I'll tell you what, if the receiver came up with that time, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great play by Giles Amos. As you said, he tips it away last second, and Westfield is able to dodge a bullet as it was a great play design. Fake dive to the fullback and just play action off of that and release the tight end up the field, and he was wide open. Giles Amos comes over, and with his 6'4.5" frame, reaches that hand up and knocks it away. Westfield dodges the bullet, forces a third down and 9. From the 26-yard line of Dominion Christian, already up 7-0, are the Hornets with 7:57 left to go here in the first quarter.
So Wilson puts a man in motion. That's Jenkins. Takes the snap, fakes to the fullback. It's going to be an option, keep to the right side. Nowhere to go. He's a cutback reverse field now. Looking to pass. Going to go deep. And it's underthrown. Going to be picked. It's over the intended target at that time. Number 5, Dave Carr. Tucker Moody back there on the coverage. Incomplete. Brings up fourth down. The punt team for Dominion Christian.
Yeah, great defense right there by Tucker Moody. Had good position. Didn't interfere with the receiver. And just a busted play right there by Wilson. Trying to make something happen. And he was able to elude the tackle of the backside defensive end and get out here, but just not enough arm strength to get it down the field far enough to make a completion in a big play.
These guys remind me a lot of Trinity Christian from last year, where they came in the first round, had a very athletic quarterback, and he's able to make some plays, but right now he can't find the receivers. Along comes the punt team. Back deep is Giles Amos. Good snap, and the kick is a low liner taken by Giles, his own 46. Tries to cut back, and he slips and falls down right at the mid-stripe, and that will give Westfield the ball. First and 10 after a short punt there from Dave Carr, and Westfield will start this drive first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, when a player slips down like that, it makes you a little nervous, but glad that Giles is okay and up. Westfield's going to have the football already up 7-0 here on the night at the 50-yard line, so good chance here to get. They got great field position, a good chance to add to that lead here at the 50-yard line.
Tanner Westbrook goes in motion. They take the handoff. Got Cam Forrester open, and Cam's got it to 30. Stiff arm, and he's going to score. That was a man-style stiff arm right there, because he created so much separation there at the 20. So one play, 50-yard touchdown, and Westfield now leads 13-0 with 7:28 to go in this first quarter.
And you got to think that Coach Hernandez?
Javier Jenkins.
Coach Jenkins on the other side is thinking, hey, Westfield, they're going to ground and pound it. They're going to run it right off our throats and just get in that box. And Cam runs right by him on the play-action pass. And just a great job. Nice throw and catch. 6 points, and hopefully Griffin can connect here on the extra point.
It is up, and it is good. So with 7:28 to go, Westfield leads 14-0. You listen to Westfield football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Spiller's Orthodontics is where great smiles begin. Whether you are an adult or a teen, they can make you smile. Dr. Don Spillers uses state-of-the-art technology and proven orthodontic techniques to provide his patients with the quality care they deserve. He offers Invisalign, Invisalign Teen, clear, and metal braces. No referral is needed, so call 478-953-2700 to schedule your complimentary evaluation and see why your friends love visiting his office.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes, or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of an independent insurance agent, the company that stands behind it. Auto Owners Insurance.
Call Larry Walker, your local auto owner's agent, and let his team of professionals tailor an insurance program right for you and your budget.
Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And the kick is going to be fielded and brought out there by number 3 quarterback A.J. Wilson. He gets it up to the 24, and that is where he's brought down. It's the 1st and 10 for Dominion Christian as they trail here 14-0 with 7:19 to go in the first quarter.
Just excellent job of kick coverage again, and Westfield forces, not very good field position as the Dominion Christian Knights are going to come out at their own 24-yard line. They got to drive 76 yards to score a touchdown. So just tough sledding so far for the Dominion Christian Knights.
Same formation again. This time to go up to the tailback, and that is Dorian Brown. Brown trying to get to the near side. Bounces out and he'll be brought down out of bounds by Giles Amos across the 30, 32. That's a gain of 8 on first down.
Yeah, nice play right there, bouncing it outside. No outside contained for Westfield, and Darius Brown gets to the outside and picks up 8 yards. Westfield gives up a huge play yet again on first down. Last time that happened, they were able to get hang tight and force a turnover in that series, and they actually get to the score. So we're going to do something here on this second down and short to maybe get a negative play and force a long third down.
So Wilson, the pistol, Llewellyn behind him. Give it off to Llewellyn. He tries the right side. Big man driving his legs, still driving, and he's going to have close to the first down. I think he's about a half a yard short. And to get to 34, he got to about 33 and a half.
Yeah, he's going to be a little short of the first down. And that was a nice 1-yard pickup right there, a hard 1 yard earned. And Westfield is going to have to gang tackle on Llewellyn here tonight, as he has been a load thus far.
Yeah, he is tough. I mean, that is one of the biggest fullbacks I've seen. He's a load to move. So 3rd and half a yard for Dominion Christian. Looked like a false start by the fullback, but he's going to get the handoff. He's going to drive ahead across the 40 out to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Dominion Christian.
Yeah, nice 6-yard pickup, and again, moving the chains for Dominion Christian. I thought again, like you said, Kenny, that it was a little bit of a false start leaning forward before the ball was snapped, but nonetheless, a nice 6-yard pickup there from Llewellyn, 1st down at 10 at their own 42-yard line. And the Knights trail 14-0.
Puts the man in motion here to the near side. High snap, corrals it, running here near side, trying to do the little option. They've got Hornets all over the field trailing on Matthew Moore. Dives and misses. Connor Compton's trailing, throwing across his body now, and it's incomplete. Looking for Dave Carr on the far side. Over there on the covers for Giles Amos and Tanner Westbrook.
Yeah, I'm telling you, A.J. Wilson, he's very athletic, and you made a very good analogy to last year's Trinity Christian team that came in here in the first round and played really tight with Westfield for a while, but so far, just Wilson has had no luck in the passing game other than a 10-yard completion, the first pass for the night for him. And so far after that, he's been 1 yard and then 3 incompletions.
So it's now 2nd down and 10 after that incomplete pass. 6:04 to go in the first quarter. Westfield up by 2 touchdowns. Look at the pass. Wilson throws, and it's complete. And he's hit hard immediately by Tanner Westbrook. The pass was complete to Dorian Jenkins, and that is a gain of 3 yards on the reception. So make it 3rd down and 7 with a good hit over there by Tanner Westbrook. That's a nominee there for our Moody Law Firm. Laying the law, hit of the game.
Yes, Dorian Jenkins has seemed to be a favorite target of quarterback A.J. Wilson. He finds him yet again, and that's 13 yards from 2 receptions. so far in the game for Jordan Jenkins, and it brings up a 3rd down and 7. And Westfield has the lead 14-0 with 5:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Looks like we might get our first timeout of the game, and we are. So we're going to take a quick break with that timeout. Westfield's on top, 14-0. You're listening to the Middle Georgia Sports Network Game of the Week.
That is bonus chicken on the break.
Yeah, I know. I finally found myself a wing.
Are you going to use the wing as your wingman?
Yeah, for the ladies. How is that going to help you at all? It's going to make me irresistible.
All right. Yeah, going to give you that certain je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais what? Jenna. Did she mention me by name, or was it just kind of like it's just talking in general?
I said je ne sais quoi.
I know, but what did she say? Be a wingman with new all-white meat boneless chicken wings and 3 flavors, and save room for creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you sign it.
Have you been injured and are in need of legal representation? If so, call Trey Moody. Trey is a graduate of the University of Texas and Mercer Law School and has been practicing in the Middle Georgia area for over 22 years. Trey has tried over 70 cases to jury verdict and has recovered over $5 million for his clients. Trey has established himself as one of Georgia's most prolific personal injury trial attorneys. He is also a certified and registered mediator with the State of Georgia Office of Dispute Resolution. So if you want a respected attorney who can actually try your case if needed, call Trey Moody at 478-988-3114 for a free consultation or visit his office today at 921 Carroll Street in downtown Perry.
And quick throw, and a pass is complete to Dave Carr at the 30 inside the 20. It'll be brought down by Giles Davis. And just one of those busted plays that A.J. Wilson's been doing thus far turns to gold, and they're inside the red zone at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, great job right there, and just like a 64-yard pass play down to the 13-yard line. And I tell you what, just kind of did whatever he could to get out of it. 54 yards pass play down to 13. And I tell you what, that was a Houdini type play right there.
A.J. Wilson being elusive gives his team a chance here. 1st and 10 at the Westfield 13. Makes the handoff. Keep us out. Going to throw backwards now on the pass to Darius Brown. Brown trying to get to the corner, and he'll be brought down. He stays just in bounds by Tanner Westbrook. He's coming over to clean it up with Matthew Moore. And that is a pickup of 5 yards on the run, actually, because it was a backwards pass. So
that was what I was trying to figure out.
If it's Georgia Tech referees, against Georgia Southern, that would be considered forward. Or I'm sorry, no, that was back. Yeah, sour grapes. 4:51 remaining here in this first quarter. 14-0. Dominion Christian on the move inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. They have 2nd and 5. Off that eye in the central behind Wilson. They'll ride it and give it off to the running back this time, and he's swallowed up. And Westwood actually missed the tackle. He dives down to 6. Darius Brown there on the carry. Wade Walker on the tackle, and that is going to make it a 3rd down, about 2 yards for Dominion Christian here. Westfield only run one offensive play this game, got 14 points and a fumble recovery for a touchdown from Connor Coffin and a 50-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick to Cam Forrester. So that was an excellent belly type play out of the pistol as he faked it to the fullback and then ran an outside ISO play to the tailback here on the near side and good success. Nice play design. And busted play here is Wilson's going to keep himself, and now he pitches late. But they're going to say it's forward progress. It's stopped, I believe.
6-yard line, so it's probably going to be
actually a loss of a yard. That was dangerous. And that was not a well-advised decision there.
It was not a smart play by the quarterback. His athleticism gets him out of trouble sometimes and then puts him right back into it, it seems. But I believe Dominion Christian, Coach Jenkins is going to roll the dice and go for it here as they understand that they're playing a team that they are already down to and are going to have trouble stopping offensively. And you got to score 7 if you can.
They're going to take a time out to think about it. Westfield will actually. So we're going to stay here, Brett, and get a quick look at the ComSouth stat update so far for the two teams. Sorry, but I'm trying to get it all set up for us now. But 3:25 remaining in the first quarter. 14-0 Westfield, and Dominion Christian has it 4th down and 4 from the Westfield 7-yard line. Here's a quick look at those stats brought to you by
rushes in the game so far, only one play run. That's one pass completed for 50 yards and a touchdown, and 50 total yards for Westfield. Dominion has 27 total yards. Actually, 3 first downs. I did this stat update. It was only 2. They had 8 rushes for 13 yards, 1.63 yards per carry. 1 fumble all night that led to a defensive touchdown for Westfield. 3-6 passing for 14 yards. Obviously, that pass low. You add in the 44-yarder, and it's going to be up to 58 yards. So far, Westfield has done the job, even though they're down in the total yardage. That's because they scored a defensive touchdown, and then also they had 1 pass play go for 50 yards.
A.J. Wilson in shotgun with the pass, being pressured, got a man wide open over the middle for the touchdown. Sneaking out of the backfield that time was tied in Caleb Fortney in a 7-yard touchdown pass. And Westfield now leads 14-6, pending the extra point. Beautiful play there from Dominion Christian. Little Tim Tebow type play. Sneak him out, wide open. Kind of hit behind the umpire.
Yeah, just a great job of play design, and very impressed with how Dominion Christian has been able to call their plays. They have a lot of athletes. It looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. Not sure if it's going to be a personal foul or too many men on the field. Looks like it might be too many guys.
But that was a great play there from A.J. Wilson to the tight end that time, Caleb Fortney. And he just kind of hid. Like I said, he got behind the umpire kind of. I couldn't even see him myself. And he sneaked out there. Good job of just making an easy pass right to the wide open man. Extra point is on its way. Line drive kick. It is no good. Wide left. So the score will remain 14-6 with 3 points to go. And we'll stay here. And Westfield now has their lead cut to 8. But again, Westfield's only run one offensive play here in this first quarter. And if your coach Javier Jenkins, that's a good recipe. Keep that dangerous offense off the field as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like it will give you a score update. Houston County on top 10-3 over Northside. So
Go Bears.
Go Bears here tonight, and then Warner Robins and Jones County tied at 7. That is up and great. And Westfield, obviously, some of the Westfield fans are interested in those sports around the local area. A lot of chatter on Twitter this week about that Houston County Northside game. A lot of these kids from Westfield pumping up Houston County, hoping that they can win that game against Northside. As Kenny, I believe, sneezed out most of what was said.
Yeah, been fighting the cold. I'm sure a lot of fans have as well. So
cold weather comes in and
makes
everybody feel bad.
Yes, wonderful time of year. I actually do like the fall, but still, I want to go 75 to 40
in a day span.
On the kick it away is number 7, Nick Comer. It's a line drive taken by Tanner Westbrook at his 18-yard line. Tanner comes right up the gut. Tanner's got some blockers. Tanner cutting across midfield now, and he'll be brought down at the Dominion Christian 45-yard line. So a great return from Tanner Westbrook from Westfield. Great field position, 1st and 10 at the Dominion Christian 45.
And that might be a candidate for the special teams player of the game right there. Tanner does a great job, and I tell you what, if he was able to elude the kicker there, I think he might have gone distance. The kicker kind of spotted, didn't know where he was going, and didn't stick his leg out, but Tanner couldn't get a read off of him because I don't think the kicker knew where he was going, trying to make the tackle.
So Ryan Fitzpatrick comes out and gets him the center, hands off to Robert Myatt. Myatt cuts up the middle, and he drives his legs to be brought down inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. That'll be Robert's okay, kind of twisting him down kind of awkwardly. He's a little slow getting up. Yeah, that kind of looks like they might have twisted his right leg into the ground.
Yeah, he was twisted up a little bit, so Tucker's going to come in for him, I believe. And they might need to get somebody out there to get some help for Robert. He's a tough guy, but he doesn't need to try to get off the field if he's that hurt. Yeah, and looks like Tanner and Tucker are going to get on either side of him and get him off the field. And,
he kind of corkscrewed himself into the ground there, and he favored that right leg. That's a big blow to Westfield's power run game, and Robert's kind of the man who does not shy away from contact out of that slot back and wing back position.
Yeah, if I had to make an analogy, one of my mini Georgia Southern analogies, he reminds me of J.J. Wilcox, just that guy who's going to stick his nose in there, run hard, and he's looking for contact, and that's a big loss, like you said, if Robert can't continue here on into the playoffs. Might not be a factor tonight necessarily, but you never know. As Tucker comes into the game to replace Robert at the slot back position.
So second down and 3, and they put Tanner Westbrook in motion, give it off to fullback Jenkins. Jenkins pushing blockers in front, breaks through the line, and he's going to cut it out to the outside. Now it's a foot race to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Westfield. Josh Jenkins scores 37 yards, and Westfield's lead is built to 20-6, hitting the extra point.
Yeah, just a great play right there of Josh Jenkins following his blockers and doing an excellent job of getting upfield and outrunning the rest of the defense from Dominion Christian, and scores a touchdown. And Westfield, as you said, Kenny, up 20-6 here in this game and looking to tack on the extra point.
Griffin Elmore on for the extra point. Tanner Westbrook on the hold. John Walker Moore on the snap. Snap is good. Hold is bobbled, and Tanner's going to have to rush out. He's going to be sacked behind the line. The extra point will be no good, and both teams missed one. So the score remains 20-6, 2:26 to go. This is the Westfield football on Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Go free times 3 this summer with ComSouth. Upgrade to any gold or higher value package and get the first month free, get free activation, and ComSouth will make the installation free too. Plus, as an added bonus, upgrade to high def and receive HD TV. You guessed it, free for 3 months. That's a whole lot of free for great telephone, wireless, state-of-the-art cable TV, and high-speed digital internet. Visit ComSouth.net for more details, or stop by any of our convenient locations in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Berry, and Fort Valley.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm. As one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters, located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands, such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And there goes A.J. Wilson. A.J. Wilson is going to score on the kickoff return. And Westfield has a rare special teams miscue. And A.J. Wilson scores the touchdown. It's now 20-12, pending the extra point. Wow.
Yeah, what an incredible way to come back right after a touchdown. And I tell you what, he turned on the afterburners, got to about the 50-yard line here on the near side, and he was gone.
88 yards for A.J. Wilson after everything. And there they go again. Second time in a row they've done it. 12 guys. And I know Javier Jenkins, coach of Dominion Christian, is not like that, but hey, his team has got 12 points on the board in the last 2 times they touched the football, so this is becoming a shootout between Westfield and Dominion Christian.
Westfield still doesn't have first down, although they do have 50 yards passing and 45 yards rushing, and 95 to 83, and it's still 20-12. It's
crazy game.
Crazy game so far.
Extra point is on its way, and it is up, and it appears to be good, and it is. So we'll stay here as Westfield now leads 20-13 with 2:13 to go in this first quarter. And man, what an odd ball game so far. Westfield with 14 quick points after running one play on offense and getting a defensive touchdown, and then boom, Dominion Christian comes to life, and there they go. This thing's only one possession. Westfield leading 20-13.
Yeah, and you got to think that the Westfield team is going to get a little bit of wrath there by Coach Craig and his and Coach Jones down on the sideline, especially that kick coverage team, as they were not in position, got blocked a little bit, and that wedge created a hole, and Wilson just split those defenders, got upfield, and like I said, he got to about the 45, 50-yard line over here on the near side, right at the numbers, and he was gone.
He's got speed like no other. He took it the distance there, 88 yards. And I tell you what, Westfield's going to have to obviously keep a couple guys just purely focused on number 3 on offense and special teams. It makes you wonder how much Robert Myatt can be missed there on special teams as well with that leg injury. As they're looking at him down here, it actually looks like an ankle.
Taping it. Yeah. He's taping it, so that's a good sign, actually. We're going to tape it, probably see what kind of pressure he can put on it. If he can go, they'll let him. And the kickoff is going to be fielded. It's a nice little pooch kick on the sideline. Going to be fielded by Reagan Waller. And he's going to try to get here to the near side at the 30, gets upfield at the 40-yard line, cuts back across all the way out to the 44, and he'll be dropped there, 44 of his own, but nice return by Reagan Waller. Caught it at about the 20-yard line on the far numbers and cut all the way back across the field and got all the way up to the 44-yard line. So a nice 24-yard kick return for Reagan Waller.
Yeah, Reagan's got probably the most speed on this Westfield team. If he was able to get around that corner, he might have gone himself. Tell you what, I've been impressed with number 54 down there, Andrew Giles, for this Dominion Christian team. He makes some solid tackles. He wraps and drives.
They've got some impressive looking players. Like I said, I thought that they'd be able to hang around, but the numbers might take effect.
And the handoff goes to Tucker Moody. Tucker falls on block right up the gut, and he gets across the 45 down to the 42-yard line. Good gain there of 18 yards for 14 yards, for Tucker Moody.
Westfield picked up their first down of the night. And you know what? Tucker doesn't have in size. He's going to bring in speed. He actually come into the game here. And they might be moving Josh Jenkins out to maybe one of the wings. No, they're just going to spell Josh a little bit here.
So they'll come set, looking to pass. You got Giles Amos on a one-on-one coverage. Giles cuts back in and makes the catch. What a catch by Giles Amos, as he had the speedy defense over there covering on A.J. Wilson. And he just kind of cut inside of the underthrown football and makes a beautiful catch.
Yeah, 26-yard pass reception right there. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, 2 of 2, 76 yards and a touchdown. That's not bad to start the night. With 1:34 left to go here in the first quarter. 20-13 your score, Westfield on top, and they're driving right now inside the 20-yard line of the Dominion Christian Knights. First and 10, looking to add some more points to the board.
And Ryan's looking to pass. He's going out here near side. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw incomplete. A little bit out of the reach from Giles Amos, as Giles is covered over there by A.J. Wilson. Kind of had two guys running the underneath and over to the top route. And Tucker Moody was back on the backside.
Did we give him a drop on that one?
I don't know. That would
hit him in the hand.
It did, but that would have been an acrobatic catch. Behind him.
That was a nice 26-yarder. I actually have a function now in my little spreadsheet that I can drop. Try to steer away from the negative stuff on the website just because nobody wants to look at the fumbles and all that stuff. You know, it might be interesting for the coaches to see.
And Houston County leads 10-6 over Northside there in that game. Tucker Moody goes in motion. He gets the handoff to the far side. Got Connor Coffin out there blocking, cuts back, and he's in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Westfield. Tucker Moody scores from 17 yards out, and Westfield builds to 26-13 with 1:10 to go in this first quarter.
I tell you what, it's going to be tough for Dominion Christian to stop this Westfield offense, and they're going to have to look to maybe get some turnovers if they're going to stay in this game. Offensively, they got some athletes that can possibly cause Westfield some problems, but they just had no answer for the Hornets on defense.
That's the fourth touchdown here in this first quarter for Westfield. Griffin Elmore on for the extra point. Hold is down, the kick is up, and line right up. Looks like it's something trying to lift up right at the end. But your score, Westfield 27, Dominion Christian 13 with 1:10 to go first quarter. Westfield Football, Middle Georgia Sports Network.
C.W. Williams is the premier home builder in Houston County. With established communities in Perry, Bon Air, Centerville, and Warner Robins, C.W. Williams Homes offers you a chance to build a customized home of your dreams. There are multiple floor plans available, ranging from a minimum of 1,000 square feet to over 3,000 square feet. Log on to cwwilliamshomes.com or give them a call at 478-922-2207 to check their list of plans, communities, and financing options today. C.W. Williams Homes. Let us build the home of your dreams.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Hornets Nest here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network, Game of the Week. Kenny Cofer, Brett Taylor, Tim Thompson on the call here on midgasports.net. Westfield leads 27-13 with a minute 10 to go in this first quarter. This is round one matchup, the GISA AAA State Playoffs. A.J. Ellis returned to kick last time, takes this one at the 10-yard line. Going to come across the near side. Tucker Moody's over there, and he's going to bring him down with a good open field tackle at the 23-yard line, and that is where Dominion Christian will start this drive. First and 10. Trailing 27-13.
Giles Amos was very excited about that tackle. Must have got some talking to there on the sideline, and they were able to come down and make the play. And a great job right there by the coverage team of Westfield.
Yeah, you tell you what, you just got to, especially here on defense, I'd make Connor Toppin my spy on him and just have him follow him. You know, Connor's got an engine that doesn't stop. Put that on the best athlete on the field right now. Pitch goes to the D-back. That's number 24 that time. Darius Brown. Brown tries outside and nowhere to go. Bringing it out and doing a great job over there is Gavin Edmondson. That's Edmondson with a D after Edmondson. We are going to be schooled like no other from his grandfather and his mom. But a good job on defense that time, but that is a loss of, 8 yards? 7 yards. Gavin comes up with a big play, and that puts Dominion Christian in a negative situation here with just 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Action-packed first quarter. 6 touchdowns thus far. Ellis in shotgun with the pistol set. Takes a high snap, looking to pass, rolling here near side. Now he's going to step up. He's going to throw deep. He's looking for Dave Carr. Giles Amos is back there. Incomplete. Good job of defense as Giles came over, and he kind of mistimed his jump there, but he still got enough of it to deflect it away from Dave Carr.
Yeah, great job by Giles, playing a good safety position right there, getting over, and as you said, it almost looked like his feet kind of came out from under him, but he's so tall that the mistimed jump didn't affect him, and he was able to get his hands on the football. The mistimed jump probably just prevented an interception, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll tell you, A.J. Ellis, he's got a good arm, but he tries to throw without really planting both, that back foot. He tries to throw off of the front foot and just the back foot is not really doing much for him. False start there as the fullback. What are they doing? They're going to let him play this play out as they pitch it back to number 24, Darius Brown. But if that's a false start, that should be a dead ball penalty if I'm not mistaken. I've never seen that before. A false start is only a dead ball, so that's you would think. In high school, normally stuff like that is. But are they going to say that was a legal motion? Legal shift? He did, okay. So I wonder why they just didn't stop the play from the get-go. That fullback, the wall in there, kind of stepped up out of his fullback position. That was an 8-yard run, and Westfield just goes ahead and actually counts that play, Brett. So they counted the 8-yard gain there from the running back that time, Darius Brown, and declined the penalty to make it 4th at 0.2 seconds remaining on the clock. I think as soon as they start this, that'll end the first quarter. It's a dead ball, that's right. So the punt will get away. Oh boy, a back spin kick will hit off the defender, number 1 there, Cody Levine. And that is going to be a short punt there from Dominion Christian. And that'll do it on the first quarter. Your score after 1 quarter play is the Westfield Hornets 27 and Dominion Christian 13. You're listening to Westfield Football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
You remember those old Western movies? You could always tell the good guys by their white hats. Well, today the styles have changed, but the hat's still white. At David Reagan Ford & Perry, we focus on being good citizens and good neighbors with straightforward deals, a firm handshake, and no hassle negotiating. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford, just off I-75, exit 136 in Perry. David Reagan Ford.
You know what? We're the guys in the white hat.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back as we begin the second quarter here with Westfield leading 27-13 over Dominion Christian. Westfield has the ball, first down and 10 with Dominion Christian 31-yard line. A little quick pass out to the far side of Giles Amos. Giles breaks a tackle. Giles dragging defenders inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line as a good block from the recently returned with ankle tape over there, Robert Myatt.
Yeah, great job right there. And that was a 23-yard pass play from Ryan Fitzpatrick to Giles Amos. And tell you what, Giles, he's a load to bring down.
Yeah, he does not back down, that is for sure. So it's first and goal at the 10-yard line for Westfield. Giles Amos spread out here to the near side of the field. They put Robert Myatt in motion. They give it off inside to Tanner Westfield. Tanner dances. Tanner's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Westfield. The Hornets lead 33-13 with 11:31 to go here in this second quarter.
Yeah, an excellent job right there, kind of ducking and diving through traffic by Tanner Westbrook, and adds to the scoring total. 33-13 is your score just inside 29 seconds here in the second quarter.
So 11:31 to go as Westfield will come on for the extra point. Griffin Elmore on to the extra point. Tanner Westbrook on the hold. Hold it down, the kick is up, and it is good. And Westfield lead now 34-13 over Dominion Christian. We'll stay here. We're trying to get some kinks worked out, but Westfield builds that lead of 21 points, and hopefully can just continue here. They need to have a good stop on defense and special teams, and just keep an eye on quarterback A.J. Wilson. Westfield doing it all there in the first quarter as they scored 4 touchdowns, a defensive one to start the game, an 8-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by Connor Compton, 50-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick. Back came Dominion Christian with a 7-yard touchdown pass from A.J. Wilson and Caleb Fortney on 4th down. And then Westfield scored again, 37 yards to Josh Jenkins. Extra point was no good on a bobbled snap. And then right back that quick, A.J. Wilson scored an 88-yard kickoff return. And then Westfield closed the first quarter. After with a minute 10 to go, they scored on a 17-yard touchdown run from Tucker Moody. And right moments ago, it was a 10-yard touchdown run from Tanner Westbrook. And that is where we stand here, 34-13 with 11:31 to go here in this second quarter, opening round of the GISA AAA state playoffs. Griffin Elmore kicks it away, and it will be this time number 28, Dorian Jenkins, and Jenkins will be brought down at about the 28-yard line. That is where Dominion Christian will start this drive, 1st and 10, trailing by 21. See what Westfield's defense can do here. They force the punt last go round and hopefully have a good defensive performance here, as they've had to go with Griffin Elmore kicking the ball off after Robert Myatt had a banged up left ankle, so I think his kicking duties might be done for tonight. He did return on offense. I'm sure the score will dictate his game the rest of the way. So A.J. Wilson, single back behind him, looking to pass. He's going to be flushed out. He's going to keep it and go right up the gut, and he's going to be brought down from behind by Walker Davison, but not before an 8-yard gain on 1st down.
Yeah, nice 8-yard gain right there by Wilson. And I tell you what, he's a very slippery player. He gets upfield, and just broken plays is going to be very dangerous here for Westfield. He has proven to be a very talented runner when he's been in the open field.
So it's 2nd down and 2 for Dominion Christian. They'll put a man in motion to the near side. High snap. It's on the ground. Wilson regains control. He's going to keep it. He's going to throw. Looking for a man. Dave Carr hit, and it's tipped and caught by the other receiver in the area. Caleb Fortney comes up with it after a big hit from Westfield. And Westfield, I'm not sure what's going on, roughing the passer on Westfield. So they're going to tack on 15 to the end of the play. And it's another big play for Dominion Christian, as they've had a few of them here tonight.
Yeah, nice 31-yard pass play right there. And then they're going to tack on the 15-yard penalty. That's going to put Dominion Christian inside of Westfield's,
20-yard line, about a 17.
Yeah, 17-yard line. So I tell you, I said before that play that Westfield really needed to come up big on A.J. Wilson because he's very slippery, and he proves again there what we're talking about.
So they get the big play on the odd tip reception, and then add 15 yards onto that. As Bullock Academy leading 7-3 over Deerfield Windsor
in the second quarter.
How about that? Playoff, strange things happen. Wilson throwing, throws complete, now cutting back. And good job following his blockers and bouncing into the end zone on a beautiful touchdown reception from Dorian Jenkins. And back come Dominion Christian. Touchdown Knights. Tell you what, this Dominion Christian team's got some athletes and a lot of key positions, and a good job from Coach Javier Jenkins in getting the ball into their hands.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they can stop Westfield, but they definitely have some players that can make things go for their offense, and they're very athletic. They make some mistakes, but they have been very impressive as far as their athleticism and their scheme.
On for the extra point is number 7, Mitt Comer. Hold it down. It's blocked. Incoming in to block that was Cam Forrester. So your score, 34-19 with 10:10 to go. We'll take a quick break. You listen to Westfield Football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Spillers Orthodontics is where great smiles begin. Whether you're an adult or a teen, they can make you smile. Dr. Don Spillers uses state-of-the-art technology and proven orthodontic techniques to provide his patients with the quality care they deserve. He offers Invisalign, Invisalign Teen, clear, and metal braces. No referral is needed, so call 478-953-2700 to schedule your complimentary evaluation and see why your friends love visiting his office.
Call Larry Walker, your local auto owner's agent, and let his dealer professional tailor an insurance program right for you and your budget.
Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back into the Hornets' Nest, where with 10:10 to go before the end of the first half, it's 34-19, Westfield on top of the Dominion Christian Knights. Mitt Comer on to kick it away. Watch for the onside kick here. Have a feeling or a little pooch kick. And it's going to be a pooch kick taken by Tanner Westbrook at his own 18-yard line. Tanner coming up the right side, coming through the line, breaking tackle, still on his feet. He cuts to the outside. Tanner is going to break through the tackle of the kicker and be brought down at the 47-yard line. But if not for Mick Comer there, that might have been a touchdown for Westfield.
And I think that's the problem for Dominion Christian. They don't have a strong kicker, so they're going to give away good field position every time. And then their defense hasn't really figured out the wing tee from Westfield, and that misdirection counter offense for Westfield has really been impressive thus far. And then you mix in the pass to Giles Amos and Cam Forrester, and it has just been, outstanding.
So Dorian Jenkins. So it's first down and 10 at the 47-yard line and they put Jarius Hart in motion. Fake the hand off to Jarius, and Ryan's rolling here near side. Throws, got Giles Amos, and it's tipped and knocked away by A.J. Wilson. And Wilson continues to play a heck of a game. Giles gives him a pat and says, good, man, you were all over the field. A.J. Wilson, the athlete of every facet of the game, has a kickoff return, a couple TD passes, and he's done a good job running the ball. And there he knocks the ball away at the cornerback position. Dorian Jenkins was a reception of 17 yards moments ago for Dominion Christian for their touchdown. So it's second down and 10. Josh Jenkins in at fullback. They put Tucker Moody in motion. Give it up to Josh. Josh on the left side. Josh right up the gut. It's a foot race. Josh is at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Hornets. Flag. But there's a flag in the backfield, as I believe they might call maybe illegal motion on Tucker Moody, as Tucker was in motion coming across here to the near side behind the line of scrimmage. We'll have to await the call from the referee. But it appears to be on the Hornets. No, they're waving it off. So it will, touchdown will stand. So with 9:43, the score will build to 40-19, pending the extra point. So Josh Jenkins scores there. What was that, Brett? 45 yards?
47.
47. Josh Jenkins now has touchdown runs at 37 and 47. As it is, the scoring is on here in the Hornets' nest. Griffin Elmore off the extra point. Tanner Westbrook on the hold. Snap from John Walker Moore is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. Low liner is also good. So we'll stay here. Well, we'll just go ahead and stay here, Brett, as Westfield builds that lead 41-19 with 9:43 to go here in this second quarter. Westfield has gotten 2 touchdowns running from Josh Jenkins, 1 from Tucker Moody, 1 from Tanner Westbrook. 8-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown from Connor Coffin. 50-yard touchdown pass to Cam Forrester, as well as, I think that's all the scoring for Westfield. And for Dominion Christian, they have the 7-yard touchdown pass from Wilson to Fortney, the 88-yard kickoff return for Wilson, and then a 17-yard TD pass from Wilson to Dorian Jenkins. And that is where we stand here with a 41-19 score, just 2 minutes and 17 seconds into this second quarter. We already got 60 points on the board. It is scoring plenty here tonight.
Yeah, just a great job right there from Westfield's offense. And Westfield defense just needs to settle down and try to corral A.J. Wilson and keep him from busting out and extending the play.
Yeah, it's been the busted plays in which he's hit them big, and that was a lucky one where they had it tipped up, and Fortney came down with it high. Pooch kick will be taken by Wilson at the 15-yard line. Wilson, 25. He's going to break a tackle and be brought down at the 35-yard line. That's where they will start this drive, 1st and 10.
We'll see if Westfield can solve the problem of A.J. Wilson. And nice little scheme.
What's the over-under, Brett? What do you think? You think 100 points?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. I mean, you got 60 right now, so you're well on your way, and you still have almost 6 minutes left to go here in the second quarter.
Wilson gives off to the big fullback this time. Llewellyn chopped him down below the legs there from, looks like, number 34, Holiday. And Westfield will allow just a 2-yard run there from Corey Holiday. So 2nd down and 8 now for the Knights at the Westfield, or at their own 37-yard line. Got a single or 2 receivers out to the far side. And they put the man in motion. Dorian Jenkins here to the near side looking to pass. He throws. It's complete to Dave Carr. Carr spins out of tackle, and there he goes. And Giles Amos is able to bring him down with one arm at the 40-yard line, and that is a gain of 28 yards on the reception.
Yeah, I mean, just very impressive. And I tell you what, Westfield has not been able to find an answer on the outside for some of these athletes from the Dominion Christian Knights, and they have done an excellent job. And right there, they go for the 24-yard pass play. And Dorian Jenkins, he is a load to try to pull down.
Yeah, he is quite the speedy receiver.
You okay?
Yeah, I about snapped my finger into it. It got whiplashed into the headset there. But first down and 10, high snap. Wilson corrals it, flushed out to the far side. He's going to throw. It's incomplete as he kind of lost control. So it looked like he tried to second guess himself and kind of threw it at the area of the feet of his lineman over there. But 8:39 remaining here in this first half on a cold night down here in Perry. I don't know what the temperature is. I'll be willing to bet it's in the high 40s or so. Too cold for me. So it's second down and 10 now after the incomplete pass. Yeah, it's 46 degrees here. Nice and chilly. Pistol formation. Wilson looking to pass. Going to throw off his back foot. Got a man wide open, and it's Giles Amos who comes up with the interception. Giles dancing across the 20, 25, setting up blocks, and they're going to throw a flag all the way back, so it won't even matter, even if Giles returns it. So he might as well just go ahead and sit Indian style. And look at this. I'll tell you what. Hopefully there's not going to be a fight over here. Gavin Edmondson and number 27, Caleb Courtney, were getting into it. I don't know what happened, but Coach Jones, not happy. Flags all over the field. Coach Jones is fuming down there at Gavin Edmondson. Not sure what happened.
Good thing all that happened after the interception.
So that might be two separate 15-yard penalties possibly on Westfield, as there was a block in the back on the initial return. And it's funny because it came all the way from the other side of the field. And then, like I said, Gavin Edmondson and Caleb Courtney got into it there at about the 27-yard line, and Courtney's helmet came off, and Edmondson was pretty fired up, and he is cooling off right now on the bench. I don't think probably won't see him again, I wouldn't think, until the second half. Let his temperature kind of go down a little bit.
I don't know if we even see them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Coach Jones looked at him. No, he looked at him. I think he told him just relax, chill. So block in the back on Westfield, personal foul on Westfield, and they can't put him inside the end zone. So where are they going to spot this? If the block in the back occurred at the 27, that would put it at the 12. Or no, I'm sorry, that put it at the 17. And then you go half the distance after that. So they'll probably have the ball about the 9-yard line, I would think. 8.5, 9.
So they declined it, and they declined the personal foul, and they took the 10-yard penalty.
I guess because the personal foul happened farther forward than the.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah, that's right.
I thought you could take both of them.
No, only time you can take both of them is if it's after the play and it's a dead ball. So now it's tacked on to the end of the play.
Gotcha. So it's first down and 10 Westfield after all that. They put Tanner Westbrook in motion. Ryan Fitzpatrick looking to pass. He's got Josh Jenkins open. Josh bobbles it, regains control, and he dives out to the 23-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards on the reception. Could have been a big play, but also could have been an incompletion. So good job by Jenkins regaining control, and it's second down and 3.
Yeah, juggling catch right there by Josh Jenkins. And Westfield wants to run a lot of this clock off and see if they can't go in scoring into halftime and then come out and get the football going into the second half. Or coming out of the second half.
You can tell Westfield's really wanting to get that passing game going here tonight. And they're going to pass it again. He's got Reagan Waller open deep, but he's got underneath as well, and that's Cam Forster with the reception. Cam fumbles, hit blindside. It's picked up by Reagan Waller. And Reagan will be dropped down out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So the reception will go out to the 45. So I believe that will be a 19-yard reception with a fumble recovery and a gain of 2 after that.
Yeah, just a great job right there of Ryan Fitzpatrick understanding where the play needed to be thrown to. Instead of going deep, he took the sure first down, and just a great job right there. And Westfield has been pretty much cooking in all facets.
So first down and 10 at the 47-yard line. They put Tucker Moody in motion. They give it to Tucker. Tucker pushes Connor Cofton forward, cuts back over the middle. Tucker got blockers, cuts outside, and Tucker's going to go for the touchdown. No flags. That's a 53-yard touchdown run from Tucker Moody. And the Westfield lead now stands at 47-19, pinning the extra point.
Great job right there, cutting back and forth, and just, I tell you what, I think the fatigue is starting to show up here for the for the Dominion Christian Knights. Is they just on defense don't have what it takes to stop Westfield so far in this ball game.
Westfield running wild here tonight, passing, doing it all on offense, and hats off to Dominion Christian. They're also doing a pretty good job on offense as well. On for the extra point is Griffin Elmore. As on the hold there is Tanner Westbrook. Kick is up, and it is good. So it's 6:53 to go. Your score, Westfield 48, Dominion Christian 19. This is the Westfield football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Use the wing. Yeah, the lady. How's that going to help you at all? It's going to make me irresistible. All right, yeah, going to give you that certain je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais what? Yeah, no. Did you mention me by name, or was it just kind of like just talking? I said je ne sais quoi. I know, but what did you say?
Be a wingman with new all-white meat boneless chicken wings in 3 flavors, and save room for creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you sign.
Have you been injured and are in need of legal representation? If so, call Trey Moody. Trey is a graduate of the University of Texas and Mercer Law School and has been practicing in the Middle Georgia area for over 22 years. Trey has tried over 70 cases to jury verdict and has recovered over $5 million for his clients. Trey has established himself as one of Georgia's most prolific personal injury trial attorneys. He is also a certified and registered mediator with the State of Georgia Office of Dispute Resolution. So if you want a respected attorney who can actually try your case if needed, call Trey Moody at 478-988-3114 for a free consultation or visit his office today at 921 Carroll Street in downtown Perry. And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back here to the Westfield Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Kenny Kofer, Brett Taylor, Tim Thompson upstairs on the camera. Westfield leads 48-19 over the Dominion Christian Knights. High pooch kick will be taken by AJ, and he will be brought down. A big hit from Austin Doyle. So AJ Wilson will stay out on the field with his offensive mates. They'll have first down and 10 at the 25-yard line, and they trail by 29 points. At halftime at the Deerfield-Windsor game, they lead Bullock Academy 10-7, and that game is down there at Bullock, the Gator Alley, down there in Statesboro.
Kind of a shocker, though, to be honest with you, that it's that close. I mean, Bullock came into here and, yeah, I mean, just couldn't do anything. It's going to be a timeout for Westfield. We're going to stay here, and
I got another score at Valwood leads, or I'm sorry, they're tied 6-6 with 41 seconds left in the first quarter there. So
I'm not sure who they're playing.
They're playing a 4 seed out of Region 2, if I'm not mistaken. So Tift area maybe?
No,
that's out of their own region. So
no, yeah.
But needless to say, a lot of close games.
And that they were down in that game.
Right, they just scored to make it.
They just scored, yeah.
A lot going on across the state. What we do know is the winner of this game will play the winner of the Brookwood game, and Brookwood is playing Trinity Christian from Dublin, correct? Brookwood.
Trinity Christian Dublin, sorry.
So the winner of that game would come here if Westfield were to maintain this lead. And hey, hats off! Look who's out there, number 8.
21-7. Brookwood over Trinity. Did you just say that?
No, I was saying look who's out there now. Gavin Edmondson has returned for the game, so I think he had a chance to cool down. And hats off to Coach Jones to say, hey, look, forget about it, move on, and let's keep playing football. AJ Wilson like a little flinch there on the offensive line, but no flag. Wilson's going to be trailed from behind, and he's going to be sacked. He's going to fumble. It's on the ground, and Westfield looks to have it.
And they do. It's going to be a loss of 4.
Who came up with it? Ben Murphy comes up with it after the sack from behind from Westfield. So Corey Holiday forced the fumble, got the sack.
Great job by Corey right there. The senior who, doesn't get a whole lot of recognition in there on that defensive line because he's a space eater, so to speak, and he does a good job clearing the pathway for those linebackers to come in and keep men off them. But right there, he comes up with the big stop and the big fumble recovery.
Yeah, I think, honestly, that quarterback A.J. Wilson kind of let go because he was kind of folded up underneath in an awkward position and probably was feeling a little bit of pain and let the ball go. But Westfield gets the ball 1st and 10. Inside trap given off to Jarius Hart. Jarius Hart is going to get in the end zone for a Westfield touchdown.
20-yard touchdown.
So quickly, turnover, one play, touchdown Westfield. The score now 54-19 with 6.5 minutes to go in this second quarter.
Got to feel good for the youngster getting in there and getting a touchdown. And I tell you what, it's a good night so far. Westfield defense could use some work here, but they're facing a pretty nifty quarterback in the backfield. And but you got to give your hats off to Westfield and the way that their offense has played.
So Griffin Elmore on for the extra point. Make it 55-19. Snap, hold, kick. Is it good? It is. So with 6.5 minutes to go, your score 55-19. Westfield leads. Listen to Westfield football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Go free times 3 this summer with ComSouth. Upgrade to any gold or higher value package and get the first month free. Get free activation, and ComSouth will make the installation free too. Plus, as an added bonus, upgrade to high def and receive HD TV. You guessed it, free for 3 months. That's a whole lot of free for great telephone, wireless, state-of-the-art cable TV, and high-speed digital internet. Visit ComSouth.net for more details, or stop by any of our convenient locations in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Berry, and Fort Valley.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands, such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember. Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And Griffin Elmore gets away a kick, and it'll be taken at the 8-yard line, coming right up the middle. And Ben Murphy's going to be there to bring down the return man that time, and that looked to be Dorian Jenkins. And that is where Dominion Christian will start this drive 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line as they trail 55-19 with 6:20 to go in the second quarter.
Dominion Christian.
Hey.
Below the belt, sorry.
I see how it is. Fighting through a cold, man.
Hey, it's not like you had a fever or anything last night.
Yeah. Brett's fever's last 4 days.
Yeah.
He had 102 for every degree.
It is cold in here, man.
It is. We got 2 windows open. The time clock operator has to keep it open, and as well as the PA announcer. Handoff goes to Luala, and the big fullback dives out to the 29-yard line. That is a short gain of about 3 yards. Tanner Westbrook there on the tackle, along with John Allen Snellgrove.
Yeah, just a great job right there by the Westfield defense, keeping Llewellyn from a short gain. And right now, I think Coach Jenkins on the far side just wants to try to keep this close going into halftime, or as close as it is right now. He's only down 26 points. It looks worse than it is, but
I just think he
wants 36 points.
Yeah, I just think he wants the clock to keep moving.
Yep.
That's why. So A.J. Wilson will take the snap. Fake to the fullback, will pitch out to the tailback this time and try to cut back to the far side of the field. And then he throws it forward. And Driving ahead is Llewellyn, and he fumbles. And Westfield picks it up, and there goes Tucker Moody. Tucker cuts inside. He's at the 10, and he's going to score.
Oh, my goodness.
And I don't know what just happened. I don't even know how to describe that. That could be on, Disney's Wild World of Sports or whatever it was.
I think that's just a negative 1 yard rush right there. Fumble by Llewellyn and a defensive touchdown.
Who forced that? Who? I mean, what do you even say?
I don't know who forced it, but it came out. Westfield gets another defensive touchdown. Wow.
I want to say that was Connor Coffin who forced it, and the fumble recovery was Tucker Moody. And how about Tucker? Tucker's doing it all here tonight. He's got 2 rushing, and now a defensive fumble recovery for a touchdown, and this one is just getting odd.
So that was a pitch back, and then
a pitch forward.
But because he never crossed the line of scrimmage, it was legal.
So Llewellyn was the man who fumbled, and the kick is up and no good. Wide to left off of the scoreboard. And we'll stay here. And this one, 61 points for Westfield, and we're just over halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Westfield has done a very good job offensively and then come up with some big plays on defense. They haven't done the greatest job at times on Wilson in the backfield, but right there, you can't,
what was that, a 22-yard fumble?
Yep.
Recovery? Wow. How weird. I don't even know. So 2 defensive touchdowns here tonight for Westfield.
Looks like Hoko is about to go in to score yet again. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Go Bears.
14.5 seconds left in the half.
Go Bears. I know there's some people probably talking about the Eagles, but I'm going to put Bears.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know who I'm talking about, but go to the Eagles.
Eagles.
Go Eagles.
We'll be cheering for the Eagles tomorrow.
That is true. They go out to San Marcos, Texas.
I know there's a certain man, a couple seats down from us that I'm surprised he's not going out there.
Yeah, he said he's been working hard, so he's just going to decompress, watch the game like we will. Griffin Elmore gets it away, and it will be taken by A.J. Wilson, his own 13-yard line, right up the gut. A.J. Wilson, he'll be brought down from behind.
It's a highlight waiting to happen. Absolute highlight waiting to happen.
So that is going to be a good field position here for Dominion Christian as they have it 1st down and 10 at their own 44-yard line. And your score right now, no kidding, 61-19, 5:08 to go in this second quarter. 80 points. So maybe I was a little, lowballing it on the 100. Might have 100 by the end of the first half. We'll see. A.J. Wilson looking that way. In shotgun, looking to pass, trying to find somebody. He's got a man open here on the near side. He's strolling around, looking to throw. He is going to throw down. It's going to be caught out of bounds. Run out of bounds by Aiden Murphy is number 24, Darius Brown. So that is a 26-yard pass to Dorian Brown. No, Darius Brown, excuse me. So again, they just pretty much say, all right, AJ, run around, make something happen, and let's see how we do. All the players here have their wristbands, so they don't huddle. Coach Javier Jenkins just flashes in a number and tries to work on it the best he can, or all the players get that, and they know what to do. And it looks like a couple false starts that time as the center was a little late on the snap that time. Number 44 is Tyler Imsan, and that is a false start on Dominion Christian. That'll push them back 5 yards to the Westfield 35-yard line. So 4:56, as I said, to go before halftime. Got some interviews at the half. So Coach Craig's multimedia class. Thank them again. It was all season long. They've done a great job. Wilson rolled out to the far side. Wilson cuts back now. Wilson makes another man miss. A.J. Wilson at the 15. He'll spin inside the 10 and be brought down at the 7-yard line by Tucker Moody. But A.J. Wilson is just kind of a Michael Vick type player with the left hand and very elusive.
23-yard pickup right there.
27-yard pickup, and I tell you what, they're at their best when they let Wilson improvise and kind of let him do what he does. As we're down to 4 minutes 34 seconds to go in this first half, Westfield leads 61-19. What's that? 9 touchdowns here in the first half. 2 defensive, 7 offensive. Not
Crazy.
bad. They've been waiting to bust the seams all season long. And here they go tonight. Connor Coffin comes with the pressure. They locked it out there to the far side. It is complete, and the helmet comes off. Number 24, Darius Brown. So that will stop the play dead at the 10-yard line. So they'll call that a 3-yard reception. And Reagan Waller over there on the tackle brings him down. So that was actually a loss. Excuse me. It was a first and goal at the 7-7. So that's a 3-yard loss. Kind of confused me over there. The guy, yeah, they're going to put sticks down because it kind of had everybody confused. We're under 4 minutes to go in this first quarter of the GISA AAA State Playoffs. Round 1, Westfield winning big at the moment. 41-point lead. 42-point lead, excuse me. Rolling out now, Ellis. Ellis going to keep it. He'll dive inside the 10. I keep on want to call him A.J. Ellis. I don't know why that is. A.J. Wilson. And Wilson gets down to the 9-yard line as a gain of 1.
Looks like at the halftime, Houston County had to settle for a field goal, 20-13 at half. Houston on top.
Go Bears. Somebody's also following Michael Lowe.
Looks like he said Prawn missed a wide open Kenny Gant from 21 out, or from 6 yards out.
All right, 3rd down and goal now from the 9-yard line. A.J. Wilson got pressure right up the middle. He's going to throw, and it's going to be incomplete as Reagan Waller had to go through his hands and actually almost fell into the lap of Dave Carr, who was sitting down in the end zone, but it falls incomplete. 4th down and goal, and you've got to imagine they're going to be going for it here.
Yeah, A.J. Wilson, what a good job of getting out of traffic there, and then Reagan Waller broke on the play and just had it go right through his hands. With 2:50 left to go here in the second quarter, we're going to stay here. It's 61-19, I believe.
Yes, correct. Let's go ahead and try to scroll through maybe some of these, the Twitter here. We mentioned Westfield, or obviously Westfield here winning 61-19, and Houston County up 20-13. Deerfield Windsor leading Bullock Academy at the half, 10-7. And let's see what else we got going on here across the way. Don't forget, basketball starts here shortly. Westfield's basketball season will begin early December. A couple Tuesday home games, and remember, we will be covering the home games for Westfield's boys and girls varsity basketball team.
The girls actually start sooner, I think, in November, but those will be away games, I believe.
Yeah, I think they play some of those little tournaments to start the year. And, you know, Westfield got to the state title game last year, or the semis.
No, the semifinals, lost to Bullock.
Yeah, Bullock,
I believe,
won it.
Yeah.
They had a couple of real tall girls. And
just to give you a ComSouth stat update, Westfield obviously 61-19, 2 first downs, 3 first downs to Dominion Christian. Westfield only has 314 total yards, 210. It's just been the turnovers that have really been the difference in the game.
Yeah, 2 defensive touchdowns helped the cause for sure. So Wilson on 4th down and 10, looking to pass. He's going to throw, and it's incomplete. There on the coverage was Tucker Moody. So incomplete pass will turn it over on downs, and Westfield will start 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line with 2:45 to go before halftime. I've never seen a football game with more than 84 points scored by a team, and that was the Georgia Southern Eagles against Johnson C. Smith back in 2004. We did see Savannah State almost have that happen to them. I think it was 83 they had scored on them.
Yep.
And but Westfield's on pace right now for 122 points. I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I think Coach Jones will probably
Call off dogs.
call off the dogs.
If he starts making a motion down here, say, Gopher, Taylor, quarterback, fullback, bring it on.
Oh, I'm going to play until I can score no more.
No, I'm saying we can go in at quarterback.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to score as much as I can.
How many muscles do you think we'll pull on the way down there?
I don't know, but
Busted play here. I don't know what happened, but wrapped up in the backfield was Ryan Fitzpatrick. That was Ryan, correct? It was. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was a fumbled snap, but it was a loss of
3.
Yeah, 3 yards. And it will be second down and 13 as we're down to 2:20 to go in the first half.
Chilly.
It is cold. Good thing we told Tim to bring his beanie and all that stuff. He's like, you think I'll need it? Oh, yeah, you don't need it, man. Handoff goes to Austin Burnett. Burnett danced around the backfield. Burnett is going to be brought down, and it looks like he's going to lose yardage back to the 6-yard line, so a loss of 1 will make it third down and 14. A little too much dancing down there for Austin. As Westfield start to cycle in some younger players, I see it's like number 58 down there, Blake Green. Aiden Murphy's at fullback. Austin Burnett at one of the wingback positions. Still got Giles in there. They still got Ryan Fitzpatrick. Jarius Hart's in there. John Walker Moore is going to be over at left tackle. Along with John Allen Snellgrove will be at left guard. Give it off to Jarius. Jarius carrying a defender, and they bring him down after a gain of 4 yards. That was number 77, Jordan Hare, bringing him down. We talked about it in the pregame. Got to imagine his parents are big fans of the luckiest team in America, leg-breaking Auburn Tigers.
Come on now. Come on now.
I mean,
I just made a good play. I mean,
when you get as dirty as just trying to break a guy's leg as he scores a touchdown. That's just,
I mean,
it's just how Auburn does it. That's how they do it there on the Plains.
You just want players to give up on plays, apparently.
No, they'll just wait for Georgia to kick them out, and then they'll take them. Giles Amos gets off a kick here. Wobbly kick. It will take a Hornet bounce across the 50, and it will roll down to the 43-yard line. Good kick from Giles Amos. That is a kick of 47 yards for Giles.
Take that all day long.
Giles been working on that, going to different camps, and it's showing here it's probably hard to kick a very, very cold football, I'm sure, if it feels like you're kicking a rock. But we're 29 seconds away from halftime. Westfield leading 42 points, 61-19. I imagine this will open some eyes across the state when they see this score, especially with some of the teams that have been kind of struggling or just having unexpected battles on their hands in the first round.
Weather gets cold, you never know what can happen.
Wilson is going to hand it off this time to Dorian Jenkins, and he's going to throw it. And I tell you what a grab over there on the far side. Hats off to Dave Carr.
You're going to say he's out of bounds, though.
Oh, come on. Give it to him for effort. I mean, good Lord. The kid tried to get 2 feet in there. So, incomplete pass. Dave Carr came up with that odd tip. Or, I'm sorry, he was hit. And it tipped out of his hands and was caught by Caleb Fortney early in the game. But Dave Carr, tiptoeing the sideline, must have just stepped out. Incomplete pass.
He's trying some trickeration to force a big play with 17 seconds left to go here. You might see another one of those plays out of the old bag of tricks from Coach Jenkins, and you can't fault him for that, trying to get back in the ball game down 61-19.
So Wilson, 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. He's going to roll out to the left. He's going to throw down the middle. Got a man. It's tipped and incomplete. As again, he was looking for Dave Carr, a little high, and tipped off his hands. Incomplete. Tanner Westbrook back there on the coverage, along with Reagan Waller. And there's now 11.3 seconds to go here in this first half. Westfield scored 4 touchdowns in the first quarter, and they have added 5 here in the second. Crazy, crazy game. Third down and 10. Wilson again looking to pass. Going to be flushed out. He's going to keep it himself, go right up the gut. And he's going to break a couple tackles. And Wilson's on the run. He's going to be spun down at the 30-yard line by Reagan Waller, and that'll do it on the first half of play. They might, let's see what they do here. That is the end of the first half. So Westfield leads 61-19, and be sure to stay tuned to the halftime show coming up next, and that is brought to you by Planners First. We'll be right back right after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Go free ×3 this summer with ComSouth. Upgrade to any gold or higher value package and get the first month free, get free activation, and ComSouth will make the installation free too. Plus, as an added bonus, upgrade to high def and receive HD TV, you guessed it, free for 3 months. That's a whole lot of free for great telephone, wireless, state-of-the-art cable TV, and high-speed digital internet. Visit ComSouth.net for more details or stop by any of our convenient locations in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley.
Have you been injured and are in need of legal representation? If so, call Trey Moody. Trey is a graduate of the University of Texas and Mercer Law School and has been practicing in the Middle Georgia area for over 22 years. Trey has tried over 70 cases to jury verdict and has recovered over $5 million for his clients. Trey has established himself as one of Georgia's most prolific personal injury trial attorneys. He is also a certified and registered mediator with the State of Georgia Office of Dispute Resolution. So if you want a respected attorney who can actually try your case if needed, call Trey Moody at 478-988-3114 for a free consultation or visit his office today at 921 Carroll Street in downtown Perry.
Remember those old Western movies? You could always tell the good guys by their white hats. Well, today the styles have changed, but the hat's still white. At David Reagan Ford and Perry, we focus on being good citizens and good neighbors with straightforward deals, a firm handshake, and no hassle negotiating. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford just off I-75, exit 136 in Perry. David Reagan Ford.
You know us. We're the guys in the white hats.
Now back to Kenny and Brett with the Middle Georgia Sports Network's halftime show, presented by Planners First.
Giles Amos from the Multimedia Journalism team here with Dill Emmerich, Westfield senior football player. Dill, thank you for being here.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the football year and how it's going.
I think it's going pretty good. You know, we had a rough patch there with Deerfield, but I think that was pretty much the best thing that could happen to us. And that kind of got our composure back, and it helped us kind of now make us focus on what we think is going to be ours.
How are you enjoying this season? How's your year going so far?
I'm enjoying it a lot, dude. Love playing with you guys and everybody that's on the team. It's just fun. I'm gonna miss it a lot when it's over.
What do you plan on doing for college? What are your college plans?
Right now I'm looking to go to Auburn University, so that's where I want to go. So I can somehow end up there.
You want to possibly, if you got the chance, further your football career on into college, or?
It's a possibility. I haven't ruled it out, so that can definitely happen.
What do you think you'll miss the most about high school football when it comes to an end?
I mean, it's just like the whole gameplay experience. You know? It's something that you'll never get back ever again in your life.
Right.
And I think it's just, I'm going to miss it. A lot of people I talk to say they miss it, so.
We'll switch things over to school for a little bit. What's your favorite subject in school?
Favorite subject? I'd probably have to say calculus.
Calculus? What do you like about calculus?
This year's, it's not like any of my other classes. It's really kind of laid back this year, and just the way that it's being taught, I really like it.
Well, it's going to lead us over to, how's your GPA? What's that sit at?
It's probably about a 3.6, maybe 3.7.
It's not too shabby. So, yeah. What do you enjoy most about this school, Westfield?
Just like the people here.
People.
They're just, and the teachers are good. Everything, it's just a good school.
Who would you say your favorite teacher is?
Teacher. You know, I want to give a shout out to Coach Fowler. You know, he's been here his second season, teaching me on the field. But yeah.
Okay. Who do you enjoy watching, and who's your favorite college football team?
Favorite college football team, and I know earlier I said I want to go to Auburn, but the Dogs. I'll always be a Dog fan.
You go to a lot of games over there?
I haven't been to a lot. I've been to a few. I went to one this season. I'm hoping to go to the Auburn-Georgia game.
Hoping to see you there, actually.
Are you going to?
I am. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite college football player?
Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley.
I mean, he made some mistakes, but don't we all forgive him for it?
That's true.
He'll be back strong.
That's true. I feel you. What about NFL? You a big NFL fan?
I'm a fan of the Falcons. They're not doing too good, but
there's a rumor going around that you have season tickets to the Falcons.
I do.
So you go to a lot.
I do go to a lot.
Who's your favorite Dirty Bird?
It used to be Tony Gonzalez until he left, and now I'm going to have to say Julio.
Julio. So you just like the receiving core, don't you?
Yeah, he reps the Falcons pretty good.
What other sports do you play other than being a dominant player on the football field?
Wrestle, and also throw shot put for the track team.
Okay. Which one do you enjoy most?
I'd have to say wrestling.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
Back-to-back state champions.
That's right.
What would you like to play a sport that you don't play? What would you enjoy playing?
Senior year, I've had some aspirations to go out on the diamond. Maybe
Diamond?
it's like on the baseball field.
You got a killer arm?
And y'all hadn't seen it yet, but I think I got something stored away that's going to surprise y'all.
Maybe we'll get to see it this year a little bit. Well, I think that's all the time we have. Thank you, Dill.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Spiller's Orthodontics is where great smiles begin. Whether you are an adult or a teen, they can make you smile. Dr. Don Spillers uses state-of-the-art technology and proven orthodontic techniques to provide his patients with the quality care they deserve. He offers Invisalign, Invisalign Teen, clear, and metal braces. No referral is needed, so call 478-953-2700 to schedule your complimentary evaluation and see why your friends love visiting his office.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes, or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Call Larry Walker, your local auto owner's agent, and let his team of professionals tailor an insurance program right for you and your budget.
Welcome back to the Middle Georgia Sports Network's halftime show, brought to you by Planners First.
I'm John Edward Bard here with Austin Doyle. Austin, thanks for being on the show, man.
Thanks, man.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself real quick.
I started offensive tackle for our football team, and I also run a lot of special teams like kickoff and all that good stuff.
Do you play any other position other than offensive tackle?
Well, I play center, guard. I'm also defensive end, and they just recently moved me to defensive tackle just to get some more depth. So I'm really kind of just a guy where you need me.
Yeah. Is it tough trying to learn all the plays from all the different positions and keeping up with everything?
It was, but since, if you learn the plays for one position, you kind of have to know the plays for another position. So it kind of just all just equals together and just kind of helps each other.
I know what you're saying, man. Do you feel like this year the experience that you've gotten is going to help you going forward into next year, possibly further in your football career, man?
Yeah. This has been a good experience, first year starting. Last year I was just on special teams, so it's really, it's a lot better actually, being more of a part of the team and help us get some wins and stuff. So.
I know what you're saying. So what number are you?
I'm number 17.
Why do you have that number?
I have that number because the one and only Dustin Buck Hall was my, I looked up to him freshman year. He was a freak athlete all over the place on the football field, so yeah, that's where I got him.
What's your favorite class?
I'm a big fan of AP Psychology. It's the first year taking AP classes, and it's just really fun, learning about the brain and new stuff.
Is the teacher of that class, your favorite teacher at Westfield?
Actually, yeah, she's up there. Nice lady, you know.
Who is it?
Miss Melissa Lee. She's a nice teacher. Yeah.
She is pretty great.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite coach?
Favorite coach? I really don't. I really like all of them. You know, great guys.
Do you have a favorite football memory?
Well, I have a memory. It's not really like a good one, but you know, homecoming game last year, I happened to trip out of the banner, and it wasn't a good moment.
You think you'll remember that above all with football?
Probably. It'll haunt me for a long time.
So how do you feel about your team beating the playoffs now, man? And you know, a great regular season, great record, and beat some pretty good teams. How do you feel like y'all are going to do?
Honestly, it's just a matter of time. You know, I feel like honestly we can make it back to state. You know, we just got to keep practicing, just keep playing, have no mental mistakes on the field. You know, we can make it to state. It'll be a good rematch with Valwood once we make it there.
So do you have a favorite college football team?
I do. I'm a big Tennessee fan. You know, it's really hard, you know, living in Georgia with all these Georgia fans. Get crap basically every week. But yeah, I'm a Tennessee fan.
Do you have a favorite player?
Yes, it'd be A.J. Johnson there, inside linebacker, number 45. Total freak. Just makes plays.
You mimic your game off of him? Or you try to?
I would, but I don't play inside linebacker, so I really can't.
Okay. Do you think he's your favorite player of all time?
All time, no.
Who is that?
Because that would be Peyton Manning. No, really, I was like.
So, are the Broncos your favorite NFL team?
Yes.
Because of Peyton?
Yes, but, you know, this past weekend, you know, took a big loss in Foxborough, you know. So, it's not good. Got crushed by Brady and a whole bunch.
All right, man. All right, man. Well, I think that's all the time we got. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks, man.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Man, these boneless chicken wings are great.
Yeah, I know, and I finally found myself a wingman.
You're going to use the wing as your wingman?
Yeah, for the ladies.
How is that going to help you at all?
It's going to make me irresistible.
All right, yeah, going to give you that certain je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais what?
Jenna.
Did she mention me by name, or was it just kind of like, was she just talking in general?
I said je ne sais quoi.
I know, but what did she say?
Be a wingman with new all-white meat boneless chicken wings in 3 flavors and save room for creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you Sonic.
Welcome back to the Middle Georgia Sports Network's halftime show, brought to you by Planners First.
And welcome back into the Planners First halftime show, where Westfield leads here at halftime 61-19 over the Dominion Christian Knights here in the first round of the GISA AAA state playoffs. And we'll go ahead and give you a rundown on how that happened and how we got to this point. Westfield scored to start the scoring here in the ball game on a 8-yard fumble recovery from Connor Coffin after he came and scooped it up and scored on the sack from Josh Jenkins. Westfield then led 7-0. Westfield got the ball back on the next drive after forcing a 3 and out, and on one play, a 50-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick, Cam Forrester, in which he used a beautiful stiff arm here down the near sideline to spring him for the last 20 yards for a touchdown. Score stood at 14-0. Dominion Christian came right back after a big play down the near sideline. Got him inside the 10-yard line. Looked like Dominion Christian was going to be snuffed out. But on fourth down, they snuck the tight end back to the corner of the end zone or back underneath the field goal post. And A.J. Wilson threw complete to Caleb Fortney for a 7-yard touchdown pass with 3:20 to go in that first quarter to make it 14-6. Westfield came right back just 54 seconds later and scored on a 37-yard run from Josh Jenkins. That point was no good as the snap was bobbled by Tanner Westbrook. And then back home, the Dominion Christian Knights, 88-yard kickoff return for a touchdown from A.J. Wilson. Made this thing pretty tight for a moment at 20-13 for Westfield. And then Westfield got the ball back, and they then scored on a 17-yard touchdown run to close out the scoring in the first quarter from Tucker Moody to make it 27-13. And that's where we stood after one quarter of play. And then Westfield dominated in the second half, in which they outscored the opponent 34-6. And they scored like this with 11:31 to go in the second quarter. Westfield scored on a 10-yard touchdown run from Tanner Westbrook to build the lead 34-13. Back came Dominion Christian again, and A.J. Wilson found Dorian Jenkins on a beautiful little screen pass in which he took it the rest of the way, following some blocks into the end zone for a touchdown, and it stood at 34-19 at that point for Westfield. Westfield then ran 28 unanswered points after at 9:43 to go in the second. 47-yard touchdown run from Josh Jenkins. Westfield then came back again at 6:53 to go and scored on a 53-yard touchdown run from Tucker Moody. And then just 23 seconds later, after a fumble from Dominion Christian, a 20-yard touchdown run from Jarius Hart. And Westfield was leading big at that point, 54-19. And then finally to close out the first half with 5:18 to go, it was a odd backyard type football play in which Dominion Christian was tossing it all around, forwards, backwards, every which way you can imagine. And Llewellyn fumbled, and it was picked up by Tucker Moody, who took it in 22 yards for the touchdown. And that was all the scoring in the first half as Westfield leads 61-19. So 2 defensive touchdowns for the Hornets, 7 offensive. And that is where we stand, 61-19 for the Westfield Hornets. And Brett, why don't we go ahead and get some Calm South? I know you're over here doing some dancing and whatever you're doing as Westfield leads 61-19. What do the Calm South stats look like on the first half?
2 first downs for Westfield, 12 rushing attempts for 208 yards, 17.33 yards per carry average, 6 rushing touchdowns.
Wow. Not bad.
4 pass completions out of 6 attempts for 106 yards for 1 touchdown, 2 penalties for 25 yards and 314 total yards for Westfield. 61 points, as I said. For Dominion Christian, 19 points, 3 first downs, 21 rushing attempts for 77 yards, 3.67 yards per carry average, 3 fumbles on the night, 2 of which went for touchdowns, 10 completions out of 21 attempts for 160 yards, 48% completion, 2 touchdowns on the night and 1 interception, and 1 penalty for 5 yards for the Dominion Christian Knights, 237 total yards.
So the yard disparity does not tell the story. It's just been a lot of defensive good plays from Westfield, putting them in short yardage situations, and they lead here tonight 61-19 at the half. So Westfield looks to move on to the second round, and when they will face the winner of the Trinity Christian Dublin game with Brookwood. Brookwood was up last time we saw in that one. So, Brett, why don't we go ahead and take a quick break and be back with second half action right after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Remember those old Western movies? You can always tell the good guy by their white hat. Well, today the styles have changed, but the hat's still white. At David Reagan Ford & Perry, we focus on being good citizens and good neighbors with straightforward deals, a firm handshake, and no hassle negotiation. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford, just off I-75 exit 136 in Paris. David Reagan Ford. You know what? We're the guys in the white hat.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to reaching a piece. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back here to the Planners First Halftime Show.
Welcome back to the Planners First Halftime Show.
As night wears on, Brett gets delirious, but it is a 61-19 score for Westfield here over the Dominion Christian Knights. And Brett, I don't know if you have a chance. Do you think could you flash up the bracket?
Yeah.
And kind of see what we're looking at here, and kind of give our latest score updates that we have.
So Westfield's side of the bracket, of course, Westfield is leading here tonight, and I do not have a score. The last I heard, I thought it was 21-7, maybe Brookwood on top of Trinity Christian Dublin, but I do not have a latest score on Brookwood. So that would be the winner of that game. Is going to be who comes here to the Hornets Nest next week to face the Westfield Hornets, and let's take a look at the crossover side where Westfield will have to play the winner of this bracket. Heritage is currently up. I believe it was 17-7.
I just got an update moments ago.
Okay.
From our favorite British man down there at Deerfield, Windsor. It's 17-7 now.
17-7 on top. Deerfield is on top of Bullock, and then Heritage, I believe, was trailing 21-7, maybe. Well, excuse me, Gatewood was trailing to Heritage, so that might set up a matchup at Deerfield, Windsor, and Heritage in the second round. The winner of that game, if Westfield wins next week, would come to the Hornets Nest. If it's Deerfield, they would come to the Hornets Nest. If it's Heritage, Westfield would actually be on the road in the third round, going up to Heritage. So since they would both be top seeds out of their regions, the designated home team in that game would be the Heritage Hawks. Yeah. So that's how it looks so far. And then I believe still at half is Houston County on top of Northside, 20-7. Excuse me, 20-13. So they're on top by 7 points. And Westfield is on top, 61-19 here in this ball game. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with second half action. You're listening to the Westfield Game of the Week here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Spiller's Orthodontics is where great smiles begin. Whether you're an adult or a teen, they can make you smile. Dr. Don Spillers uses state-of-the-art technology and proven orthodontic techniques to provide his patients with the quality care they deserve. He offers Invisalign, Invisalign Teen, clear, and metal braces. No referral is needed, so call 478-953-2700 to schedule your complimentary evaluation and see why your friends love visiting his office.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you say what if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your insurance decision.
Call Larry Walker, your local auto owner's agent, and let his team of professionals tailor an insurance program right for you and your budget.
Welcome back into the Hornets Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back into the Hornets Nest. I'm Brett Taylor. Alongside me, Kenny Coper. The Hornets on top 61-19 here in the first round of the AAA GISA state playoffs. And they are leading 61-19 over the Dominion Christian Knights. And will receive the football here in the second half to start the second half. So just got a quick update on the Northside Houston County score. It is 20-20. Northside scored on 8 straight run plays.
I'll tell you, I saw where Michael Lau said from the Telegraph, better atmosphere than the Northside Warner Robins game this year. So how about that? Hoco Bears becoming relevant in the international city. So how cool is that? Good for the Bears. They as we know, students for a long time, always been the third team in the county, and then Veterans came along and they tried to make a push to try to make that third spot. Now Westfield or Houston said, "No, we're going to try to go bump up to that number 1."
So we're about set for the kickoff here in the third quarter.
So here we go. As on to kick it away will be Mitt Comer.
There we go.
And back deep for Westfield will be Reagan Waller and Tanner Westbrook. Westfield leads 61-19. They won the toss, deferred to the second half. And they will receive. They're going to start things. A little onside kick. Comer touches it before, and Westfield recovers anyway as Matthew Moore comes up. It kind of takes it right off the helmet of Comer, but it should have been illegal touching before the 10-yard mark. So Westfield will start legal touching. They'll start first and 10. Momentum may be shifting there in that game to the north side of things. Or the Eagles. First down and 10 for Westfield here, though. 61-19. The score. Running clock, it already appears. Jarius Hart goes in motion. He gets the handoff. Jarius bounces off a tackle. Man alive, I tell you what. Number 56 out there, Levi Llewellyn, is just a man among boys. He just grabbed him by the shirt, pulled him in, and then jumped on his back and brought him down. Second down and 10 after no gain from Jarius Hart, as Westfield's got the mix of their first and second stringers in there on offense. You got Tanner Westbrook at the quarterback position. They got Austin Doyle now playing center. Two wingbacks will be Austin Burnett and Jarius Hart. Reagan Waller still in there at receiver. And they give it off to Tanner Westbrook. And it looked like Austin Burnett was down, but he fumbles and it's recovered and picked up. And there goes A.J. Wilson. And they're going to count this for a touchdown for Dominion Christian. And it looked like clearly Austin Burnett was laying on his back. But, hey, 61-19, those things happen.
Yeah, that was a strange play as I thought I was waiting for the whistle to be blown. I don't think anybody was really paying attention, and a defensive touchdown is scored by the Dominion Christian Knights.
55-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by Mr. Everything. We've had 3 defensive fumble recovery touchdowns here in this game tonight. 2 by Westfield and now 1 by Dominion Christian. They line up with that odd formation, and they're just going to run it right in the end zone for 2. Easy, easy, easy. And it's now 61-27 is your score with 10:44 to go here in this third quarter. So Westfield fumbles on their first possession. An Austin Burnett fumble. And Westfield, kind of odd. I think the whole stadium is just kind of stale right now, honestly. When it's that big of a lead, it's kind of hard to get up for this game.
Well, that and the fact that a lot of the home side thought that Austin Burnett was on the ground when the ball came out, but nonetheless, you got to continue to play, and it's the clock stopped at 10:44. Score 61-27 now for the Dominion Christian Knights. With 10:44 left to go here in the third quarter.
So 10:44 to go. So on the kick, tried the onside kick last time by Mitt Comer, and he did the legal touching and gave the ball to Westfield. So Westfield turns it over after 2 plays on a fumble recovery touchdown. Another little onside kick, and it's on the ground, but Westfield will come up with it as over there was Walker Davidson along with, looked like Wade Walker comes up with it.
And it looks like we might see some of the starters coming back in for Westfield.
Yeah, you don't want to, that's the key. I mean, anytime in a blowout, you don't want to risk injury, but at the same time, you're playing for a state championship, and you want to be having you want to be in a rhythm. And, I think Coach Jones sensed the kind of dead atmosphere here to start this third quarter after just blowing them out in the first half. And he said, now let's kind of get things back in here and kind of get the momentum going back in our direction.
Yeah, I mean, as much as Dominion's going to try, you keep your first team out there and you keep going.
And the handoff will go to Tucker Moody, and there he is again. Man, I tell you, Levi Llewellyn just swallowed him up, brings him down after a 1-yard gain. And if his brother plays anything like he does, I can't wait to see him start playing for Georgia Southern. Keep an eye out on him on the sidelines tomorrow.
He's been impressive. Llewellyn here today from his fullback position, and then on defense, he's been everywhere. And like you said, he formed tackles very well. 9:55 left to go here, third quarter. Westfield on top, and at their own 47-yard line.
Ryan looking to pass, but he's got the option to keep it, and he does. He lowers his shoulders. He goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, maybe right there. Yeah, at the 40. That's a 12-yard gain on the run from Ryan Fitzpatrick. I believe that's his first time running tonight.
No, he had a -3 bad snap, but yes,
that's right.
Basically his first time running.
We know Ryan has, I think he was the tied for the lead in rushing touchdowns on the season for Westfield, and looks like he was the third leading rusher for the team as well. So 11 touchdowns, 354 yards, and 7.2 yards per carry.
Yeah, Josh Jenkins is going to be on top on that one at the end of the night.
The handoff goes to Tanner Westbrook. Tanner cuts back inside, following his blocks, and there goes Tanner at the 20, 15, 10. Can he get to the corner? 5, stops, and fumble out of bounds at the 2. And I tell you, he's very lucky that went out of bounds. It didn't go through the end zone. It was a touchback.
Yeah, good job right there of Tanner, but then, as you said, had the bad play happen, but 38-yard.
39 actually the one, so
39-yard and then a fumble, but it was forced and not recovered, so Westfield will have it first and goal at the 1-yard line of the Knights.
They're leading 61-27, 8:25 remaining here in this third quarter. Long game tonight, a lot of points. Ryan under center. He'll come around, keep it himself, and walk into the end zone for a touchdown. So Ryan Fitzpatrick scores from 1 yard out, and Westfield leads 67-27 with 8:14 to go here in this third quarter.
Very impressive drive right there as the ones come back in and take control of this game yet again. It wasn't in doubt, but you give up a defensive touchdown to start things in the second half, and that's not what you want to have happen.
So on for the extra point will be Griffin Elmore. On the hold is Tanner Westbrook. Hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:14 to go in this third quarter, 68-27 your score. Westfield leads. Listen to Westfield football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Go free times 3 this summer with ComSound. Upgrade to any gold or higher value package and get the first month free, get free activation, and ComSound will make the installation free too. Plus, as an added bonus, upgrade to high def and receive HD TV. You guessed it, free for 3 months. That's a whole lot of free for great telephone, wireless, state-of-the-art cable TV, and high-speed digital internet. Visit ComSouth.net for more details, or stop by any of our convenient locations in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley.
And welcome back here to the Hornets' Nest. Kenny Cofer, Brett Taylor, Tim Thompson upstairs. Westfield leads 68-27, 8:14 to go in this third quarter. Griffin Elmore will kick it away, and it will go between the two kick returners and be touched at the 1 yard line. And he's going to have to bring it out, and he will be brought down at the 20-yard line. On the return was Dorian Jenkins. And that's where they'll start this drive, their first of the second half. For the Dominion Christian Knights, they scored once, and that was on a 55-yard fumble return for a touchdown from A.J. Wilson. A.J. Wilson, how are his individual stats looking tonight so far, Brett? Because he's done it all so far for Westfield.
You mean for Dominion Christian?
Dominion Christian,
8 rushes for 44 yards, 2 fumbles, no touchdowns rushing, but he has the 2 touchdowns passing. He 10 of 20 passing for 160 yards.
He's got the kickoff return for a touchdown and the fumble recovery on defense. He's done a little bit of all. Balalan gets the hand on the big fullback. Rumbling, stumbling, fumbling, and finally, who was that who came in like Superman across the top? I believe that was Corey Holiday there, and as well as Alex Myatt and Aiden Murphy on the tackle.
Levi Llewellyn has 9 rushes for 30 yards and a fumble on the craziest play you will ever see.
Yeah, very odd. But I want to say also, we noticed there at halftime, we saw Robert Myatt walk into the locker room with shoe off, limping pretty heavily on that right ankle. Hopefully he'll be okay. So 2nd down and 4 up to the 6-yard gain. Bad snap through the hands, but right into the hands of the tailback, Jenkins. And he dances across, makes a few guys miss, cuts to the outside, still on his feet, finally brought down at the 45-yard line by Connor Coffin and Ben Murphy.
18-yard run.
And that was Dorian Jenkins who just happened to have it, Darius Brown had it fall right into his hands.
Yeah, just the craziest play you'll see again. There's been some very odd plays the past 2 weeks in this Hornets nest.
No doubt. I mean, that one went right through. It wasn't a bad snap. It just went right through the hands of A.J. Wilson and just right into the chest of the running back that time, Brown. 1st out of 10 at their own 45-yard line. Looked like a little false start there. They do throw the flag. It's a quarterback keeper, and Wilson will be hit hard and brought down at the Westfield 48 by Connor Coffin and Ben Murphy. Have to wait to call, but it looked like the offensive backfield might have been moving just a little bit.
Yeah, motion on the wide receiver here in the slot.
And it was. Cycling in and out of the ball game are different Westfield defenders. Wade Walker coming in to replace Connor Coffin, and Alex Myatt, who's got a lot of playing time over the past 2 games here late in the season, is back in there on the defensive line. And we've all talked about all season long, Alex is quite the comedian. I'm sure he probably could tell his brother, don't worry, I'll go in at wingback. I can play it. I got it.
Just a quick update from McConnell-Talbert Stadium. Houston County on top 27-20 after a 43-yard touchdown pass completion from Fromm to Kenny Gant.
Good first name. Love it. He's good. I've been able to watch Houston twice this year, the 2 off weeks for Westfield. They look great. Or excuse me, on a Thursday night when they played, and one was the off week. Pitch goes to Brown, the deep back. Brown trying to set up blocks. He's going to cut across and be brought down at the 48. There's a flag down in the area of holding out there by Dave Carr as he was lined up out there in that area.
And Aiden Murphy and Austin Doyle are kind of talking to one another and saying, yep, that's a hold, and that's going to be a 10-yard penalty and wipe out that decent gain right there for the Knights.
Knights of Columbus. The Knights of Dominion. 5:13 to go in the 3rd quarter, and it is 68-27. And this is football. It's not basketball. It is football.
Yep. Westfield's not playing around. They want to get back to Mercer, and they want to play for a state championship. This is the first leg of that, and they came out ready to play here tonight.
So pushing them back even more, 10 yards now. It's 1st and 25 at their own 30-yard line. They need to get to a Westfield 45 for a first down. Wilson pitches it back. Looking like he's trying to throw is Brown dancing around. He's going to cut back to the far near side now. Still on his feet. And now he throws it forward, and it's complete. The quarterback, A.J. Wilson.
He was behind the line, though.
Yeah, it was never a pitch forward, so he could throw it forward as long as he didn't cross the 30-yard line. But I tell you, they don't make it easy for us play-by-play and radio announcer guys, because
is that Dorian Jenkins or was
that was number 24, Brown, I believe, who threw it forward. So very, very odd plays. Last time they did that, it ended up in a fumble. So 2nd down and 13 after the 12-yard reception by quarterback A.J. Wilson. Very weird. Very, very weird. 2nd down and 12 or 13. Man in motion to the far side is Dorian Jenkins. Wilson looking to pass. He's being trailed from behind. He doesn't see Landon Easom, and Landon's going to swing him down for the sack. Wow. I watched Landon Easom the entire time, follow and trail him, and he finally got the sack, and that's going to bring him down for a loss all the way back to the 33-yard line, 32. So that is a loss of 10 yards on the sack. Good for Landon Easom. I know he's been battling some injuries into his ankle. So good for him to trail that play. He's got good size on him. I mean, look at him down there.
Yeah, he's going to be a good player for Westfield.
He's got the long, lanky body. Him and Gavin Edmondson got a very similar kind of stature. That's good for your outside linebackers out there. Looking to pass, go it near side, complete to Dave Carr. Dave's nowhere to go. Westfield swarms all over him as Aiden Murphy gets over there along with Landon Easom to make the tackle. Westfield smelled that out. It's so hard to play this Westfield team because
Carr's down on the field, injury timeout, but you're right. Very difficult to play Westfield as they are disciplined is what I'd say. They're not overly athletic. I mean, they do have some athletes in some various spots, but they have they're very, very disciplined in their game.
Well, the thing that gets me about Westfield is when you look at them defensively, they have space eaters on that defensive line with John Walker Moore and Walker Davison, and then you throw in Corey Holiday from that defensive end position, and they're tough. Cam Forrester is kind of your speed rusher, I guess, but they got a lot of mass in the middle of that defensive line, and then you got two little mighty mites, running around in the middle linebacker position and one of the outside linebacker positions, and in Connor Coffin and Wade Walker, and you throw in Josh Jenkins. So you got athletes at the next level. And then, of course, you got the SWAT squad or the no-fly zone, whatever you want to call it, back there in the back, combined for, 9, 10 interceptions this year. So it's just 3 levels of defense that are just extremely tough, no matter what style of play that you have on an offense to go up against this Westfield defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, I think when Westfield is clicking offensively, they're going to be very, very tough to beat because the defense seems to bring it. Just like last year we talked about, and I got an update from the Bullock Academy game. Deerfield is broken open. It's 31-7 with 1:42 left to go in the fourth. And Valwood is on top in the fourth quarter over Edmund Burke, 27-6. But it's just like what we talked about last year. Westfield's defense is kind of the catalyst for this team. And if Westfield's offense is going, it is hard to beat this team.
No doubt. I mean, they're very, very tough. Defensively, offensively, it doesn't matter. They're just extremely, extremely tough. So the Dave Carr appears to be okay, and it is a 4th down and 23 for Dominion, and A.J. Wilson will line up to punt, it appears. Westfield's kind of playing that punt safe. Wilson will kick it away. Westfield will just play it and let it roll. And it will roll and be touchdown at the 39-yard line. That's where Westfield will start this drive. 1st and 10. They lead 68-27 with 1:45 remaining here in this third quarter, and it is a running clock. And it looks like Logan Fink will go into the game at quarterback.
Give you ComSouth stat update as Westfield is on top 60. Excuse me, that's the wrong thing, huh? There we go, 68-27. 2 first downs for Westfield, and 3 for the Dominion Christian Knights. And Westfield has 372 total yards and 265.
And we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout. Westfield takes a timeout with 1:12 to go in this third quarter. You're listening to Westfield Football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
C.W. Williams is a premier home builder in Houston County, with established communities in Perry, Bonaire, Centerville, and Warner Robins. C.W. Williams Homes offers you a chance to build a customized home of your dreams. There are multiple floor plans available, ranging from a minimum of 1,000 square feet to over 3,000 square feet. Log on to cwwilliamshomes.com or give them a call at 478-922-2207 to check their list of plans, communities, and financing options today. C.W. Williams Homes. Let us build the home of your dreams.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And Jerry's Hart gets the handoff, and he goes around the corner, runs out of bounds to try to avoid the hit, and actually probably takes a harder hit by slipping down on his keister there on the sideline.
Cold night.
Yeah, that don't feel good.
Jarius has been impressive tonight. He's got a touchdown, and he's got 4 rushes for 33 yards. Not bad for the youngster.
And it's going to the fourth quarter over at the MAC. Houston County leads 27-20, and they have the ball.
Good news for Bears fans. They can capitalize.
Austin Burnett gets the pitch here near side. Austin trying to follow some blocks. Ooh, my goodness. I tell you what. 54, Andrew Giles, and 56, Llewellyn. I'm telling you, these guys, I've been impressed. I mean, you wouldn't say you've been impressed with the team when they're losing by 41 points, but I've been impressed with Dominion Christian as the clock's running down here. They're going to wind down the end of the third quarter. So we'll go ahead and take a timeout as Westfield leads after 3 quarters of play, 68-27. You're listening to Westfield football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Remember those old Western movies? You could always tell the good guys by their white hats. Well, today the styles have changed, but the hat's still white. At David Reagan Ford & Perry, we focus on being good citizens and good neighbors with straightforward deals, a firm handshake, and no hassle negotiating. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford, just off I-75, exit 136 in Paris. David Reagan Ford. You know what? We're the guys in the white hat.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back here on first down and 10. Aiden Murphy gets the handoff. Aiden gets about 3 yards before he's swallowed up by that Dominion Christian defense as he gets down to the 43-yard line. Well, it's a little chilly.
It's cold, man. It is cold.
You know what? I get the joy of going to Rock Ranch tomorrow at the early morning hours.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I heard Rock Ranch is nice, though.
Well, we'll see. I had one condition. 4 o'clock, Georgia Southern starts. I'm home. So I guess I can't complain. If I'm leaving earlier, that's okay.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep things in perspective.
True that. Wyatt Young is in it at wide receiver here to the near side. Jerry's Hart goes in motion. He's going to get the handoff, and he's going to break a tackle in the backfield, but not 2, as he's going to lose a couple yards. He's going to lose about 5 yards back to the 46-yard line, and it's going to make it a 3rd down and 12 for Westfield. Walter Kopax goes into the game. Connor Dole's in there as well, as Logan gets the play from Coach Jones, and he'll go out there to replay it.
Might see a rollout pass here by Logan Fink. Youngster gets a chance to play balls at their own, at the Knight 47-yard line, 3rd down and 12. And with the youngsters in, never know, you might see some sort of a pass play here.
Oh boy, that was going nowhere from the start. Westfield tried a little inside trap, giving off to Austin Burnett, and Austin and Logan almost gave each other a hug. That's not good. That's another loss, this time of about 3 yards, and it's going to be 4th down and 15, and Aiden Murphy will be on the punt. Coach Jones down there talking to Adam Chalmers, and I believe that's Chandler Hill down there. And Aiden Murphy is going to have it blocked by Llewellyn. And it's going to be picked up by number 24, Darius Brown, and he's going to score. Bad snap. Aiden Murphy didn't have a chance, and that is going to be picked up and scored. I believe a 36-yard block punt return for touchdown. So, 36-yard punt block. Man, I think we've had a score in every way imaginable in this game. I'm waiting for. We haven't had any safeties. Who's got the over/under on safeties? Anybody? It's like the square game. But we've had it every which way you can imagine. That's our second special teams touchdown for Dominion Christian. And that was number 24. Picked that up, Darius Brown. And they go for two, and they got it. So, again, they score two, and it's 68-35. What a weird game here tonight.
Very much so.
I don't think I've ever seen so many odd plays. I wonder if Coach Jones is going to maybe get the starters back out there. He's rallying the whole team. He's got the entire team on the sideline. Trying to tell them, all right, guys, you're up by 33 points, but by all means, let's get this ball rolling in the right direction going into the next week.
Well, that's the danger we talked about of taking these starters out. And you don't want anybody to get hurt, obviously, but you got to keep people fresh. And you take the starters out, it's a good possibility that complacency can set in. And you don't want to run the score up on anybody. But with 9:31 left to go here in the game, you want to finish this game off in a complete fashion, so to speak.
So let's see if they'll go for the onside kick here. I imagine they will.
So Deerfield defeated Bullock Academy 31-7 down in Gator Alley.
That ends Bullock Academy's season.
Very successful though for them. I believe they finished the season 7-4.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Good turnaround from last year.
They had a lot of injuries last year.
Had a lot of injuries this year too, but they were able to, capitalize on some key players that they did have that they were missing last season.
Connor Doles will come up with a little pooch kick recovery inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. That's where Westfield will start this drive. 1st and 10, leading by 33 points with a running clock at 9 minutes 20 seconds. So we have crossed the 100-point barrier. I thought we might reach it before halftime, honestly. Things have slowed down.
Houston County's on top 33-20. Missed the PAT with 10:07 left to go in the game.
All right. Go Hoko.
It didn't come down to an extra
point. Mustard.
No joke on, brother.
Handoff goes to Aiden Murphy. Murphy, nothing there. Good job by that defensive front from Dominion Christian. And Llewellyn again. Levi Llewellyn. I'm sorry, that was 54. That was Andrew Giles. So it's not 54. It's going to be 56. Those two guys are always somewhere in the middle of things.
These youngsters need to get a big play. They need to come off the ball, fire off, and make a big play to get some confidence on this drive. See if they can't move the football on these nights and get downfield and score a touchdown just to gain some confidence for the youngsters.
Handoff goes to Jerry's Hart. Jerry is showing some speed. Gets across the 50 down to the 46-yard line, and there's a little pick-me-up for the Westfield offense. 25-yard run from Jarius Hart as he gets down to the Dominion 45-yard line.
Looked like he was shot out of a cannon when he got around the side. I don't know if Josh Jenkins went and talked to him and gave him a little fist bump that rubbed off on him, but he looked like Josh Jenkins there on the outside just darting in and out of traffic and getting upfield. Nice 25-yard pickup for the big play guy, Jarius Hart. And we talked about if Jarius can hold on to the football, he is a dangerous weapon that Westfield could use later on in the playoffs.
So Fink will put Austin Burnett in motion and give it to Austin. Austin trying to get around that corner. Austin's got speed. Austin across the 30. Austin gets knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That's a 20-yard gain for Austin Burnett. And Westfield moving.
2 big plays back-to-back. Austin Burnett, again, doing what his buddy Jarius just did. And Westfield making some wholesale changes here as well and getting some more youngsters in the game. But nice drive down inside the 30-yard line to the 25. And Westfield is in business here with 6:50 left to go in the game. On top already, 68-35. But you like what you see from the youngsters.
The clock is running here as we got some new guys getting in there on the offensive line. Logan Williams over there at right tackle. Connor Dole's in there at tight end. Logan Fink looks to the sideline one last time. They put Jarius Hart in motion. They give it off to Aiden Murphy. Almost fumbled the exchange. Aiden gets inside and dives down to the 20. Good job of kind of turning his shoulder sideways and slicing in between 2 tacklers.
Kind of strung it out far enough where he was able to create that crease. And like you said, he got skinny in between 2 defenders and got upfield. And looks like there's a big play over at the MAC about to happen as it's 4th down and 5 for Northside on their own 40-yard line. That's going to be kind of the ball game if they don't get it. And they do get it. So
there you go.
The anticipation for the Hoko Locos over there continues. And for us here, quite frankly.
But here it's 68-35 your score. 5:40 to go in this 4th quarter. Westfield on top of Dominion Christian. Handoff goes to Austin Burnett. Burnett trying to find a hole. Cutting through. Stays on his feet. Austin cuts back. Goes across the 10. He's down there at the 7-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Westfield. And Austin very patient on that run, trying to find that open hole. They run that kind of zone blocking cutback. Found the open hole and gets in there.
Yeah, cut back for a 13-yard gain. And like you said, was very patient. He found that there wasn't anything on the far side, and he cuts back against the grain, kind of picks his way through the defense. And right now, Westfield inside the 10-yard line, trying to punch it in with the youngsters on the field underneath 5 minutes to go.
So 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Fink waiting for Coach Jamie to give him the call. Puts Austin in motion, gives it off to Landon Wainwright. Landon gets inside the 5, down to the 3. Levi Llewellyn there to corral him down around the collar area. 2nd down and goal for at 4.5 minutes. Got some wholesale changes in here. Calling Infante get in the game. I think his dad referred to him as Spanky. So he gets in. Looks like Adam Chalmers coming out. Blake Green in there, along with Chandler Hill at the center position.
Might see Jarius Hart get this one.
So let's see what they do here. Jarius Hart goes in motion and hand off to Landon Wainwright, and he's going to get in the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Westfield. And it is now 74-35.
That is a bad basketball score.
So, what was that, 3-yard touchdown run? 2. Was there a penalty? Dead ball, personal foul on Dominion Christian. And that'll be assessed, I believe, on the kickoff. I believe that's Landon's first touchdown of the season, I want to say.
Yep.
So good
he
for
only
Landon.
had 2 rushes for 5 yards previous to that. Now he's got 2 rushes for 7 yards and a touchdown tonight.
He surpassed his whole season total right here.
Sure, he's picked up a lot of yards in the B-team games.
On to kick the extra point is Josh Kinderbrew, and it's up and good. So Kinderbrew knocks it through. And we're stuck at 4 minutes on the clock. And it's 75-35. Points just keep on coming.
Well, you can definitely tell that they the talk that Westfield, their coaches, had with the youngsters really got them fired up and wanting to do something on that drive. And big runs by Jarius Hart and then followed by Austin Burnett really sparked the Hornets on that drive, and they did an excellent job. They went from, I believe, a nice first down pickup of a couple yards by Aiden Murphy on the first play. Then Jarius Hart breaks off a 25-yard run. Then Austin Burnett, 20-yard run. And then another 13-yard run later on by Austin Burnett gets inside the 5-yard line. And Westfield caps off the drive with a 2-yard Landon Wainwright touchdown run. And Westfield on top 75-35. And things are looking good for the Hornets as they will head into the second round next week and probably face Brookwood, the Warriors, out of Thomasville.
So we saw here last season, and Westfield, I believe, beat them as 35-7, I believe, something of that nature. But they're a much stronger team than this year than they were last year, and they're a formidable opponent. Coach Jones, former stomping ground. Am I correct?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep. And it'll be interesting to see. I think maybe Brookwood has changed a little bit of their offensive philosophy. Last year they threw it to everybody on the field, and then this year they might have go a little bit more to the run game. But it'll be interesting to see. Do our homework on the Warriors coming in here next week.
Josh Kinderbrew, after the 15-yard penalty is marked off, will get a little pooch kick taken by A.J. Wilson. Wilson got some room, stumbling, and he's going to change direction now to be brought down from behind at about the 31-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. 1st and 10 with 3:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Westfield leading 75-35. Ooh. Crazy score. Westfield has been outscored here in the second half, 16-14 thus far. That's just sad. Oh boy, they're leading 61-19 at halftime, and 2 non-offensive touchdowns have been the score. So let's take a quick timeout, Brett, for Westfield as they lead 75-35. Let's take a quick break. You listen to Westfield football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Spillers Orthodontics is where great smiles begin. Whether you're an adult or a teen, they can make you smile. Dr. Don Spillers uses state-of-the-art technology and proven orthodontic techniques to provide his patients with the quality care they deserve. He offers Invisalign, Invisalign Teen, clear, and metal braces. No referral is needed, so call 478-953-2700 to schedule your complimentary evaluation and see why your friends love visiting his office.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you're 15 or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of the independent insurance agent. Company and safety. Auto Owners Insurance.
Call Larry Walker, your local auto owner's agent, and let his team of professionals tailor an insurance program right for you and your budget.
Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
High snap, and chasing it down was A.J. Wilson, and it is incomplete as he regained control and tried to throw it to number 1, Cody Levine. Incomplete pass. There on the coverage was Austin Burnett. Running clock down to 2:44 now here in this fourth quarter. Westfield leads 75-35. They'll move on to round number 2 next week here at the Hornets' Nest. Wilson looking for the play from Coach Jenkins. 4 wide receivers and a running back behind him there in the offset pistol. Dropping back, looking to pass. Got a man open, but he throws it right to Logan Fink. And Logan Fink drops it there. That was almost too easy. I mean, that hit it right in the 2. Old football. By that, and I think he was already looking for the return. He was already starting to look down that far sideline. He obviously never saw Logan Fink release the football. He hit him right in the chest. So 3rd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. We're under 2 minutes.
My feet are cold. Ears on it?
I'm all right. But the stink can penetrate the cold can penetrate your stink. As quick Screen pass thrown and complete. There to number 28, Dorian Jenkins. He's got up for the first down as he gains 13 yards out to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Knights. 80 seconds left on the clock. So 1st and 10, right at 1 minute now. Westfield with a 40-point lead. Snap goes through the hands. Wilson recovers, going deep down the far side, and he overthrows his intended target. He was looking for Dorian Jenkins. Back there on the coverage was Wyatt Young. Had great position there for Westfield. Those cheerleaders making some noise down there.
Northside scored, and with 5:04 left to go in the game, it's 33-27.
Yeah, sure hope that extra point does not come back to haunt them.
Well, the Bears just need to take it down and score. They do that, and it's game, set, match.
There's 15 seconds, and Wilson is just going to take a knee, and that will do it here on this ball game. Your final score: Westfield 75 and Dominion Christian 35. Stay tuned, because coming up next is the Bill and Laura Amos postgame show, in which we'll give out our honors of the game. Moody Law Firm hit of the game, offensive player of the game, brought to you by Sonic, defensive player of the game by C.W. Williams, and David Reagan Ford, special teams player of the game. So we'll be right back after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Westfield can sneak by Dominion Christian in the first round, the Hornets will return home again to face the winner of Brookwood and Trinity Christian Dublin. The quest for consecutive state championships continues next week in the Hornets Nest, with the Brandon Outfitters pregame show beginning at 7:10, followed by the kickoff of the second round game at 7:30, only on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network would like to thank the following sponsors for making this season's broadcast possible: Tom South, Sonic America's Drive-In, C.W. Williams Homes, David Reagan Ford, Spillers Orthodontics, Walker Insurance Agency, Brandon Outfitters, Hamby Automotive, Trey Moody Law Office, Planners First, and Bill and Laura Amos, proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics. With all of your game stats, impact players, and analysis of the game, welcome into the MidGASports.net postgame show, presented by Bill and Laura Amos, proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics.
And welcome into the Bill and Laura Amos postgame show, as Westfield wins tonight 75-35 is your final. Westfield moves on to round number 2, as they will take on most likely Brookwood next week here at the Hornets Nest. And why don't we go ahead and quickly take a look, Brett, at the post-game stats brought to you by ComSouth.
Yeah, Westfield had 7 first downs, 30 rushes for 347 yards, 11.57 yards per carry average, 8 touchdowns and 1 fumble, 4-6 passing tonight for 160 yards and 1 touchdown, 2 penalties for 25 yards and 453 total yards. They scored 75 points, and Dominion Christian had 5 first downs, 25 rushings for 90 yards, 3.6 yards per carry average, 3 fumbles, no touchdowns, 13 of 27 passing for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception on the night for Wilson, and 3 penalties for 20 yards, 275 total yards for Dominion Christian, and they scored 35 points.
So dominating performance by Westfield here tonight, and we'll quickly move into the honors of the game. And for me, Brett, the offensive player of the game brought to you by Sonic Drive-In, I got to go with Tucker Moody. And I don't have Tucker's final stats. I know he had an interception here tonight. He had a fumble recovery for a touchdown and 2 touchdown runs. So he finished the game with 4 carries for 85 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and as I said, also a defensive touchdown. So Tucker Moody, our offensive player of the game. Our defensive player of the game, we're going to have to go with Connor Coffin. Connor had 5 tackles here tonight. He had a fumble, forced fumble, fumble recovery, and a touchdown. So Connor Coffin is our defensive player of the game here this evening, brought to you by C.W. Williams Homes. So check them out today for a neighborhood near you, because they will build you a quality home here in Houston County. And our David Reagan Ford special teams player of the game. And I think we're going to go with Tanner Westbrook on that. Tanner had a couple big returns and really helped out. I think he almost returned 2, if not for the kicker. So he is our special teams player of the game. So hats off to Tanner Westbrook there, as well as he also had a great offensive night. He could really go on with a number of different guys. And we're going to stick with Tanner Westbrook as well for our hit of the game, brought to you by Moody Law Firm, laying the law down. Big hit was Tanner Westbrook there on the receiver in the first quarter as he caught the little swing pass out to the near side. And Tanner laid a big hit, and he is our recipient of the Moody Law Firm big hit of the game, laying the law down. Check out Trey Moody's law firm right there on Carroll Street in downtown Perry. Those are our honors of the game. I want to thank all our sponsors again: Brandon Outfitters, Spillers Orthodontics, Hamby Chevrolet, Calm South, Planners First, Bill and Laura Amos, Moody Law Firm, Walker Insurance, Sonic, C.W. Williams, David Reagan Ford. And again, our play of the game tonight, brought to you by Walker Insurance, is the first score of the game, and that was our 8-yard fumble recovery return for a touchdown by Connor Coffin. Got the ball rolling on this 75-point effort for Westfield. So that's our final tonight. 75-35 your score. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, 7:10. Brandon Outfitters pregame show will start, and Westfield will play host to the Brookwood Warriors right here at the Hornets Nest. So for Tim Thompson, Brett Taylor, I'm Kenny Coper. Thanks for listening tonight. And Westfield wins round 2. Here we come. Be sure to stay tuned next week, 7:10, right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network would like to thank the following sponsors for making this season's broadcast possible: Calm South, Sonic, America's Drive-In, C.W. Williams Homes, David Reagan Ford, Spillers Orthodontics, Walker Insurance Agency, Brandon Outfitters, Hamby Automotive, Trey Moody Law Office, Planners First, and Bill and Laura Amos, proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics. If Westfield can sneak by Dominion Christian in the first round, the Hornets will return home again to face the winner of Brookwood and Trinity Christian Dublin. The quest for consecutive state championships continues next week in the Hornets Nest, with the Brandon Outfitters pregame show beginning at 7:10, followed by the kickoff of the second round game at 7:30, only on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.